I love you.
Yeah, join the 60 some odd people that have watched last week's episode.
Viewers last
Oh
time.
shit!
Are you
50 people?
serious?
58?
Not bad.
Or 63?
63.
Is it because of the?
63.
Is it because of the new layout?
It's probably
idea.
helps. It probably helps.
I have
Definitely.
no idea.
Oh my
I'm gonna make-
gosh,
oh my God.
63.
Can I make
okay.
new graphics for your layout?
Yeah.
No.
We may
Just
make
shoot
them
them to me and-
a PNG.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I made
So
it
it's
jump
like
like a frog.
Well,
Can you tell this man to stop?
Hey!
Where's that from?
Stop.
What? Sounds like a Hollow Knight.
It is not.
I could. I'll send you the thing after, but it
I have
sounds like
requests.
exactly.
If you draw
like
something,
menu music.
Can you draw one of the frames?
You're not gonna have it
And
as
have
Christmas
like
one shot, are
Snookum's
you?
like perched
It should
up
be
on
titled
one of
correctly. I
those.
went in and
You need-
changed that.
Okay.
Like if you draw like a frame for the window,
yeah, I can do that.
and then have
Are
like
you
You could do like
Should be.
recaps with mods.
Hey,
You have a
um,
mod.
So many shitty memes.
Dedicated mod. We get big. Do
Yeah.
recaps in the chat.
dang, the pictures I already chose were transparent. It's just that the background was white.
Oh. I'm way to flick
Are we good?
But
I don't.
Are we live? Because if so, yes.
You don't see it?
Oh, now I see it.
And it's titled correctly?
It's titled. Yeah.
I would like to use the pipes of haunting to terrify everybody in my party.
Okay. So I'll minimize all that.
these pipes are pretty.
So you guys just reconvened back on through one of the teleportation pads back into the main library chamber from a somewhat fun, drunken little side adventure
I didn't find shit.
into this. You found some slimy
Oh
rocks.
wait.
Yeah. Found some saliva.
Into this cavernous tunnel terrain that you guys quickly made your way out of after hearing a bunch of skittering and noises from all sorts of different directions. They don't make a lot of noise,
They can if they want to.
They could if they want to.
but who knows if they wanted to. So, it is up to you guys. You find yourself back in that main kind of chamber area with the 4 distinct doors that you have now traversed through 3 of them, with someone working on a certain goal that got about 45 minutes into...
What was the manner in which we came back out? So we got on the teleportation
all of you
pad.
guys congregated back
Yeah,
onto the teleportation pad, and
There's like this quarry that we went down. Do you remember?
Yeah. I was the one who made us go down. I kind of fell.
We know.
I was kind of drunk. I kind of did it on purpose. Just to be a little bastard.
This would be a little
to be a little stinker.
Little stinky.
I'm gonna.
Fugaki's exhausted. He's leaning on it. He's like a leopard leaning on his quarterstaff still. He's gonna give a cough. You're like.
Zero's like,
stop
stop being a pussy.
A single tear sheds down his cheek. And he says, "Uzaris, is there anything I can help you with?"
All of you, follow me. I'm gonna start walking back.
Can I like pole vault instead of walking?
kind of like that crutch walk.
Yeah,
Got that
use it as,
swing
like,
to it.
Yeah, like pole vaulting.
Okay. So, you're following Uzaris. Uzaris starts leading
Is that a
down.
yes?
Sure.
Swag.
I mean, you're only making like 5 or 6 foot like swings.
Yeah, that's
you're not
fine.
like.
No, I'm not trying to go far. I just want to do that same like action.
I just kind of want to be, just.
I thought you had a bottle of paint. I was like, doing? Are you finger painting over there?
I want to be following behind, just kind of like tap dancing, like just following behind.
May you following up with everybody?
Yeah, I'm
Say
just
everyone?
like.
Tippity tapping my feet.
I'm just following. So everybody follows Uzaris. You make your way through that 4th door, down the small 20-foot hallway there, to where there's still the adjacent door leading down the stairway into the chamber you guys had talked with the Arcanoloth creature.
Yeah, I'm just going down there.
Back down there. I'm just walking
I'm just following him.
He's like, everyone.
I'm gonna.
follow me."
So I was gonna say I was about to ask a question about the game room. And then I remembered that I caused some trouble before. I'm like, and I'm just gonna follow.
Is there a railing?
Like,
I was like, I can
yes,
like,
I'll take it. I'll put myself in.
super chipper. Just,
Yeah, Zars is just kind of like grumpy face, like.
Okay, grumpy
I need to
Uzaris.
know my past.
And you guys make your way back down, and Upon entering the chamber again, you start walking across the kind of that 10-foot cubed area and have that kind of gelatinous, kind of jello sensation. Multiple people bouncing on a trampoline, and the Arcanoloth still chilling, sitting back on his throne of pillows, just kind of chuckling to himself, shaking his head.
His arse just walks over to the chair, sits back down, and starts.
Working on scribing your spell there.
I'm gonna be like, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Do you mind if I rest here?
Certainly.
May I use one of the pillows?
Of course.
Okay.
He takes a shit on the floor and sleeps on the floor next to him.
Classic Fuga.
I'm not used to these customs.
What are pants?
Different from back home. Do you mind if I use them all? Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, make yourself at home. Oh, okay.
You may or may not get offended by that, guys.
Roll to see how solid it is.
Liquid?
Oh no.
Is it watery?
Fiberized.
So Euzaris begins continuing to scribe his spell. Is there anything for the next hour or so that you guys are attempting to
no,
do
I'm sitting
or
there.
get into?
I'm looking at you like you better.
All right. I'm not.
You
All I want to do is I kind of just want to go back over like towards like the gelatinous, cube that's on the ground. And I just kind of want to investigate closer to see if I can see anything like specific, like stuck in it, like anything that's been trapped in there, just like peering into it.
Roll
You're gonna fall
roll an
in.
investigation check for me.
We're gonna melt in, and then we're.
Oh, we're not using that. that was bad. Oh wait, where?
Okay, get your trays. Come on, guys, be prepared.
Here's one right here.
Might call him out a shot.
I got a 19.
I see. You can see two smaller humanoid skeletal corpses that are kind of just frozen, kind of floating about midway within
go
there.
over and animate dead.
And a piece kind of near one of them that looks like a leather pauldron, but seems to be pretty clear. Other than that, they're just that kind of faint green color to it.
I'm just gonna lean back. I'm just gonna be like,
You're gonna lick it. You're gonna lick the cube.
I don't do that. I'm just gonna just
He licks it.
go
What
about my
is he?
business
What
after
happened?
that.
You're hanging out, looking
Hanging
at
out.
the cube. May's babysitting, full mom mode. Gundrix, you just kind of hanging
I'm
out.
gonna go find the steps and I'm just gonna sit down and speak to my egg.
You go across.
He's defeated.
Sweet, sweet little infernals.
Gundrix is defeated.
I am. I've just given up. It's not worth it anymore.
So, after about another hour and 15 minutes or so of some kind of resting there, and various just keeping an eye on each other and hanging out, Euzaris, you finish scribing your spell there of Fortune's Favor?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I roll. Okay.
Was it fun?
Yes. Good.
Did you really just? I roll.
I roll.
When I get done, I'll stand up. I'll say, well, obviously not this roll, but I'll kind of roll it up and oh, here you go.
Takes it, you kind of see like
Licks
tongue
it.
kind of lick his muzzle there around his lips and kind of peruses it for a few seconds. Rolls it back up and kind of slips it into his robe there and well, thank you for your half of that. Feel free to find out what you need with the door over there. And let me pull that up again here for you.
I forgot you kicks the door down. No, forgot you
It's a big door. Good luck.
Forgot he has like a 20 strength.
Oh, forgot you snapped
Oh,
his
yeah,
arse's neck.
He's like, pulls your body out the frozen. And the door opens.
Oh, I forgot.
So, you make your way over to the gigantic door.
Yeah.
Are there
I'm
actually
gonna
buttons for
stand up and I'm gonna say, like I'll kind of walk towards it.
Yeah, look.
I'll look back at him. And he's like, what should I expect behind this?
Answers that you are not prepared to see or hear.
All right, good enough. I'm gonna just, walk over to the door, and before I go to it, I'll turn around. Is everyone ready?
Oh, we're going through it?
Are we all supposed to be like readily standing there, like to follow you? Or are we all just still scattered about?
You
like,
guys
not
are
even
all
knowing
still.
this,
I mean,
not even knowing this big momentous thing is happening, and we're all
you
just
guys
like,
are all just kind of off.
and you're
doing
just
what
like,
right
you're
now.
like, man, the biggest moment of my life, guys.
Fugaku's literally asleep right now.
Yeah, Fugaku's napping.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, if no one's there, I'm just like,
I was like, you want to make an announcement? Or do you
No,
wanna...
like I'm paying attention. I'm just gonna be like,
it's fine.
I've
you
been-
gotta use a.
You gotta
I mean, if
understand, like,
it's
I've been
dangerous, I
staring
don't
at
want-
this
These are
cube for an hour. Like,
if it's, yeah, if it's dangerous. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn around and look at the door.
Roll
Yeah,
a perception check for me. Or if you're up looking up on it, investigation.
now that
What
I
if we
kind of
open it
see
and it's just like a
Uzaris is
like a pad,
done
like to
with
transfer.
like what he's doing with the scroll wise, and like trying to see my attention, I'm gonna make my way over towards him and be like, "Hey, what's going on, Uzaris?
May's gonna
14.
work too.
14.
I don't know what that means."
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was just counting.
So, making your way over,
What?
Oh,
this door, it's a very large door, about 10 feet wide, and a good 12 or 13 feet high as it kind of has the dome top down. Heavy stonework, and there's very intricate kind of runes and magic circles across the face of this door. And currently, you do not see any type of handle, any type of keyhole, or any immediate way in.
Yes,
Melon.
friend.
Melon, say
Friend and enter.
May's gonna walk up like next to Akari and just make sure he doesn't put this over
I'm
his
just gonna at first try to push it, and just put my hand on it.
Put your hand on it, and it's solid.
What do the runes and stuff say at the top?
Can you just tell me what that
The
says?
runes are more of just kind of arcane flair throughout it. Nothing specific, but looking kind of closer, and you're fairly intelligent.
No, he's not.
And
20.
arcane practitioner, there are various magic circles that seem to be overlapping near the center of a few different schools, but there's a few of them that kind of stick out to you that seem to be somewhat broken or fractured with a chunk or piece missing from it.
Can someone lift me up and I cast mending? No, you cannot conjure.
Hey, Fugaku, stop making fun of Uzaris.
I'm
You're
sleep
asleep.
talking. I'm sleep talking.
He's sleep mocking Uzaris. Yeah,
You know the cat.
Go ahead and roll an
art?
intelligence check for me.
Yeah.
Like when they're throwing up. If you sleep up.
Trying to cough up a hair.
What was it?
18.
That's a big number. Big one, but
So, looking. Let's see if I got this stuff. Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god, I can't.
Looking, you have this kind of on the center of the door. With what it is, and you being intelligent as you are, you pick up and notice that the yellow magic circle at the top is representative of the School of Conjuration. The purple magic circle there is representative of the School of Illusion, and the red evocation. And there seems to be this large kind of circle in one, these 5 small rune circles in the other, and 4 rune circles on the evocation. And there's these kind of broken chunks that break the magic circle.
Michael, do you know what the Dharma wheel is?
Dane be like,
sounds like a
y'all know
Dumbo
Buddhism?
wheel. Dumbo wheel.
In the letter that I received from my brother in game, it actually like referenced some Buddhist things. I was like, good job, Michael. I don't even know if the Dharma wheel.
I'm sorry.
Got that
You
booty.
wrote that like months ago.
It's such
This
a
guy.
booty religion.
I'm gonna say, Afarian, could you hold me up, please?
Oh yeah, sure. And I'm just gonna take him, and I'm just gonna try to like lift him up by like his hips,
Okay.
just like that.
With what he weighs and his size and your strength,
It's
easy enough.
so
You got him
By
propped
his
up.
ankles.
You got him propped up, waist high, ass in your face.
Yep.
Oh,
Just how
give it a
he
smell.
likes it. Smells like
Wait,
smells like
his
old
little
man
gray
voice.
hairs sneaking out of his trousers.
God.
The
His little long John
the
Silver.
carpet matches the drapes.
I'm gonna. I will cast Detect Magic. There's no magic here, Gandalf.
Okay. Ritually?
Yeah.
So he just starts meditating in it.
He's Usaurus the Grey right now. He's gonna die and turn into Usaurus the White.
Usaurus the Black.
Afarian, make
Wait.
a strength check.
Usaurus the White.
Make a strength.
A strength.
Sorry,
Do
Usaurus.
not
Michael,
drop
I'm no
your
longer
arm.
exhausted.
Is it just a check,
Still
not a
exhausted.
thing to right?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
That's gonna be a 9. We're a little unsteady.
Oh!
A little unsteady.
A little unsteady.
Okay.
I'm just like, hey, Usaurus.
So, you guys variously doing your own things. You're kind of slowly wavering there towards the end of the 10 minutes to where now you're almost
He's a
just
key
holding him
point.
straight out in front of you, but after about the 10 minutes there,
He's a fatty.
your detect magic goes off. And again, there's that
He's hiding a
brief
lot in that
moment that
He's home.
you've experienced already within this tower where like almost everything around the walls is almost like a shining bright. But looking specifically at these magic symbols, they do give off a heavy base magic of their respective schools.
Alright. Do I know of, like, is this some kind of standard, like, arcane lock? You know, like, is this kind of like normal
roll an
thing?
intelligence check for me. Or roll an arcana check.
Okay, so I get advantage then?
Stupid glasses.
Okay, good.
Roll it again.
So 25. 'cause I rolled a
25.
1.
Um,
God, I have my glasses. I had to take them off because your child
I
couldn't take
know.
them.
They're yeah. This is, I mean, you would be, you can think back and recall that this is some form of arcane lock that, depending on the rune slots and spell types, it needs a certain amount of magic placed within it to activate it.
Just cast each of the schools
Yeah,
on.
so, yeah, I'm
Or
going
they're like
to...
Converse.
So, light. I'm gonna cast light on the evocation one.
You cast light, and the evocation symbol right there where you press begins to glow.
Right,
But there doesn't seem to be any other change.
and then on the conjuration,
Oh Michael, I'll
what was
cast.
the other one? Illusion.
It was conjuration, illusion, and evocation.
Okay. Oh wait, I have.
I'll use my thumbs.
I forgot that I was declawed. That's how I had my
Declawed
spells.
Tabaxi.
No.
Okay, I will cast. I guess I'll cast invisibility on the illusion one.
Cast these nuts.
You kind of reach up and expend the spell slot
Oh.
for your invisibility, and you see the central kind of magic circle there within this bigger magic circle kind of start to glow and fill about 2/3 of the way up.
Wait, what filled 2/3 of the
And
way?
then I will cast.
The circle.
I guess I'll cast
The big
grease on the
grease lightning.
on the middle one, the conjuration one.
I forgot you have grease prepared always.
Yeah.
Constant grease.
You same thing, reach up, kind of expel the magic there for grease, and you see one of these small circles light up and stay lit.
Okay.
It's gonna take a lot of spells.
I'm just gonna stand and go. Oh, well, it looked like something worked.
Oh, looks like it.
So yeah, there's this illusionary magic circle that is shining about 2/3 of the way filled, and this top conjuration circle has one of these 5 runic circles
Do you
glowing.
cast-
Can I wanna. So now that they've been doing this, like,
Yeah, you're still
for me,
right there.
I
watching.
wanna squint at it real hard, and I just wanna see if I recognize any of the little symbols, like anywhere. Just be like,
Roll an Arcana check for me.
And I'll keep casting minor illusion on the illusion. I'll cast minor illusion.
What was it? These are our Stevie.
oh, nat 20.
Nice.
I might know one.
I know
Be like,
that
oh
is.
yeah, my mom used to beat me with something that's shaped.
You don't necessarily pick up the individual ciphers of these small magic runes, but pretty heavily familiar with just some of kind of your natural talent from the kind of the bardic side and what you've picked up. You're pretty familiar with the illusion circle. The other ones don't look too off. You've seen them before, but you're not as well versed in them.
Is the illusion on the bottom left?
This one, this purple one. What are you minor illusioning?
Of what? Like which one of those, or like just what is the illusion? I'll just do like Snookums.
You do your first, expense, same as you've done with these previous spells, and the Snookums illusion apparates there, but it doesn't seem to trigger and affect any of the runes previously. It seems like there possibly needs to be a stronger spell expended.
Okay, well then I will cast
Fireball.
I'll say
Fireball's evocation. Hey.
I'll
Just saying,
cast
Fireball.
I'm going to summon a demon inside the conjuration one.
Evocation, right?
You just
Cast summon greater demon.
Okay. So you begin expending the conjuration spell for your demon, and instead of having the kind of runes and circle at your feet, it kind of absorbs into the magic symbol there. And
does Afarian hear me go like...
both May and Afarian standing nearby, yes, you hear this kind of familiar kind of speech between Gundrix and Fugaku, but never from Yuzar's.
I turn and I kind of pat on the
startles
back.
and
I'm like, hey, you okay, buddy? Get it out. It's all right.
I'm gonna go up to.
It'd be the ritual spell
Smack on the back of
incantation
the
just
head.
for,
What'd you say about my mom?
I'm gonna ask him. Yuzar, do you need any help with anything?
And expending that, you see 2 of these circular runes start glowing a nice bright red within the evocation circle.
Okay, after I get done with that, I'll say, probably, I think I need help.
With what?
We need to cast certain spells at different schools.
Which ones do you still need?
Some illusions, some
Illusion?
conjuration. Are all of the evocation things are...
Only 2 out of
Some evocation, you should be good at that, Gundrix.
Yeah, I can do that.
Any ones that...
Like live footage of Fugaku.
So you look, so you click on it, and you look here,
Oh, so what do
and
you
it'll
need?
conjuration and illusion. You're gonna have a lot of evocation and necromancy probably.
Michael, I would like
maybe?
to cast a 3rd level darkness. Hold up, give me a minute. Let me check that one more time, make sure that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
You said evocation, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
On the
third
red
level
one.
darkness.
Evocation.
And then which one do I cast for that?
That would be on the yellow one.
Michael, I'm gonna go ahead and
Alright,
cast.
let me... wait 1 second.
I should have it as a racial.
So, you expend the 3rd level darkness, and it kind of the darkness sucks into this evocation. and you have a third room fully bright up, this bright red, and half of the fourth one kind of faintly glowing.
I'm gonna do Conjuration Spirit Guardians in the third level.
Okay. So, on this circle, you see 3 of these other runes light up to where there's only one of these smaller runes on the Conjuration circle absent.
I want to try something. I like to walk over and try to disguise self next to it.
Transmutation is on.
Yeah.
What are you disguising as?
Illusion and conjuration.
I'm gonna go for my half orc.
So you disguise yourself as your half-orc. There doesn't seem to be any change within the circles.
Alright, that was worth the try.
You guys are like, that half orc's a bit familiar.
There's a half orc in here now.
I'm just sleeping.
I'll firebolt the evocation.
Is that first or a cantrip?
That's just a cantrip.
Okay, you firebolt and it just kind of singes across. It seems so far from doing this a little bit, it needs to at least be first level or higher.
Can I use the disguise self?
So
I just tried that.
as you disguise yourself in your what form?
I don't know, in my Uzaris form.
Okay, so there's now a taller looking Uzaris standing next to a half orc that kind of catch eyes like, oh, we both tried that. That doesn't seem to work.
I'll cast Grease again on the conjuration. First level.
And
least
all
now I
5
look
of
like
these
Uzaris.
outer runes on conjuration are now lit in this kind of pulsing yellow glow, and it begins to kind of rotate.
And the whole door breaks.
You did it! The door's broke!
Yay!
As it rotates, and this missing chunk is now towards the bottom of
Do you
the
like
door.
that, Eden?
No.
So
what do we
so
still need?
that was for the
Evocation
fans at home.
has-
That was for
Evocation, you pretty much you need one more spell
good.
slot.
Okay,
And for illusion,
I'll cast
it seems to be about 2 spell slots.
I'll cast invisibility at third level.
You expend your spell slot, and you see the illusion magic circle begin to rotate and lock. Maybe.
Now, which one's the last one?
Evocation.
Vendrix, could you
Wait,
help me out,
evocation?
sir?
I can do evocation.
I'm wondering if this will work. Would I be able to cast Hellish Rebuke on it without being attacked first?
Can I
Okay,
punch him
I
in the
wasn't sure.
face and then...
Ow! Attacked!
Could he hit me? Yeah.
Just hellish
Can I do
Hellish
Cure
Rebuke.
Wounds
Yeah,
at
yeah.
third
Hellish
level
puke.
For that's
Hellish
evocation.
rebuke.
Repuke.
Yes, it is.
Pukes, and then it goes back in and fire.
I'm just gonna double check because
Rude.
it sounds really weird.
Rude. It is. Look, evocation.
I believe
Cure
you.
wounds.
Healing
Yeah.
Wait, healing hands?
Cure wounds is
Cure
evocation.
wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest cure wounds.
So,
Like, why is it
and
there?
as you see that kind of
Yeah,
last
that
one
is
kind
weird.
of filling
Maybe it like
low,
burns.
they
Yeah,
all
the
kind
pain
of
away.
rotate.
cauterizes
And
the
then
wound.
within the center of this kind of key-shaped hole, you see the center of the door kind of recess in to be this very small and simplistic looking key slot.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Can we hold off on like 30 seconds?
Oh, while he's up there, what song is this?
I now disguise myself
That's
as the
Kyrie
key and...
Kyrie's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Hey, Kyrie,
This
Kyrie, this
is-
is what I think of you.
Mage
Whoa! Whoa! There are children!
by Sorastro.
Hold on, let me see if it... We're like on an 8-second
spell it?
delay. I'm waiting for you to stand up. Yeah, you just did.
A-S-T.
S-O-R-S-T.
She's fucking-
R-O.
It's like right in the camera. Because the funny is because like when you're sitting back, you can't even see you.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've got too many things and pieces moving.
Okay,
where
I
can't keep
literally
track of chat,
have
too.
I have 2 first level slots and a 3rd level slot left.
Hey man,
Oh, Michael, how many spell slots do I have? Oh, yeah.
SMH youngsters have no respect. Talking about you.
Kyrie, your name's literally Kyrie.
Sick bird name.
Hey, can we get some Kingdom Hearts love in the chat?
Can we get George W. Bush as president love in chat?
Can we get 9/11 love in the chat? Can we get Trump love in the chat?
Can we get some Ronald Reagan love in chat?
Can we get some Nixon love in the chat?
Fuck Ronald Reagan.
Let's hear it for Fox News.
Does
Doesn't
squid?
trickle down.
Is that what it
doesn't trickle down.
That's whoa, Dane.
What?
This guy
Oh,
says
okay.
whoa, Dane. Kyrie put a crying face.
Am I not exhausted anymore, Michael?
Still exhausted.
You're
Well, yeah, you
tired
only rested for
little
like an
kid.
hour.
You're just taking
I'm
a
just-
cat nap.
I want him to slip and be like, yeah, whatever. So I can finally be not exhausted.
Were you running in place while
So
you were
as you
seeing
see these runes start shifting and
Done
glowing and
everywhere.
fully kind of emitting an extra glow, they shift in a line to present this recessed small little keyhole.
All right. He sticks his pee.
Is
You
everyone,
hear a faint
Wait.
chuckle kind of coming from behind.
is everyone up there and like?
I thought you meant
engaged?
behind the door. I was
Zero
like,
on
don't go
yellow.
in. We're not opening it. We're going back.
Yeah, besides Sayril, if Sayrill's kind of
Oh, me and
just going
Sayr-
through the
Sayrill's-
herb bag,
Sayrill's-
or
Yeah,
just
like,
hanging
Sayrill's
out.
not
Cyril's sketching
interested.
next to me. I was like,
Sayrill's
oh.
kind of
I'd like to
absent-minded.
whisper to John to go peck Fugaku awake.
Okay, you feel a nice, not painful, but a nice little nudging and heavy poke on your head.
What do I recognize this as?
He's like, Gundrick, stop.
A bird beak.
A bird? I want to turn on like Cyril.
Oh, it's Cyril.
Cyril. Cyril.
What?
Oh, no, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna start petting John.
Oddly enough, it feels a lot smaller than you remember Sayril being.
Cyril.
You remember?
Who shrunk you, Cyril?
Jesus. All right.
John,
Very
again, I
uncomfortable.
want
Cyril's looking.
to. I want to grasp it.
You start
Tiny
trying to
little-
like, I've
tiny
always
little
hated
bird
you.
head.
I'm grabbing its head.
I've always,
Yeah.
I've always hated
I
you.
want John to look very uncomfortable.
I want to lift it up and start and stand up, and then finally open my eyes and realize
You're holding John.
I'm like,
You're
I
like-
choke
You got
No,
John
no,
this.
I don't choke someone.
John, no!
Just kind of cocks its head at you.
I'm like,
Burp.
good boy, John. Good boy, John. I give him a little scratch.
I'll be like,
Roll an animal
Fugaku!
handling check.
I just might. With disadvantage?
Animal handling animal.
Yeah, you're exhausted.
That and John's very uncomfortable.
Whoop, 22.
Oh.
Total 19.
I lost. I just
I need to
that a
flex.
long time ago.
You can see him under restraint, starting to get frustrated on it, but he still accepts your little.
Does that
Stretching
one
range,
spot
you
relax?
That one's out.
And I let him go.
He flies back to the.
Alright, then I turn and go,
Fugaku!
Fugaku! Get over here!
I want to stand up and then forget that I'm a leper now, and I want to immediately like fall and I'm like, oh god.
You're athletic enough. You're able to catch yourself, but there is that kind of stumble and
I want to
wobble.
walk over to them with my anemic self.
So you guys all find yourself in front of this door with Sayril.
So we've been
Kind of
standing here a
absent-minded.
minute. Are we gonna put the key in or what? Let's get this show on the road.
You
I've
sound
been
like
building
Andrew.
up the
You sound like
suspense.
John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Alright,
I've
shut
been-
up. This is his moment, please.
I've been building the suspense. Here we go.
Zoop panning out.
Just like that. You notice
Yeah.
upside down for a second.
Yeah.
Flip it over.
Oh.
It slides in. You go to turn it, and you hear a nice.
As you
Chills.
as you take the key out and it's broken.
Damn it!
Release the key. You
Did you do something?
These large doors slide open, and as you peer through this new entranceway, it looks to be this long, descending, simple tunnel, probably a good 100 or 150 feet off, until you can kind of see the faint outline of another room of sorts at probably the end of this tunnel. Those same kind of faintly glowing lights as you opened and triggered this door, just one by one in rows unison, just slowly leading to this next possible chamber.
Go on and lead
Alright.
us, Uzar.
Start hobbling through. The rest of you,
I
are
follow.
you?
I'd like to turn around and yell to the guy back there, "Thank you for your hospitality, sir!"
Don't die.
I get up and
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Go back to Cyril to come.
Staying with the fox guy.
Johnny, I'm your pet bird now.
Are you?
Please.
So you guys start walking down this hall. Seems to be very just simple stonework and kind of like the arched hallway passage. You get, 50, 60 feet in. Again, nothing's really changed on the walls other than still seeing these kind of light indicators. It does look like you are in fact getting closer to your destination. You get to the 150 feet mark of this long ascending hallway, and you can start to
Oh.
You can start to make out.
We can start to make out.
I mean, if you so choose, that is up to you.
Roll for tough.
And a willing, consenting adult.
Or not, if you're that kind of person.
Or not.
Like, dominate person.
Zaris, with you
My will
leading,
is to...
getting closer and closer,
It's just a character.
you get about 40 or 30 feet out. Make a perception check to see.
I'm making sure that everyone's at least a few feet behind him. This is his moment.
Let's say what is the marching order here for everyone?
Cyril's definitely last.
I never like it. I never like it when you ask that question.
I'm
It's never
first.
You are behind you, Zaris.
Behind
And I was over with them at the door, so I'll be behind May.
I'm probably behind him.
Okay.
I'm gonna look that.
You're probably behind me.
That's no.
And then
Oh, wait.
Sable's taking the rear.
Okay, no.
If I had to guess.
Fugi.
I'm right for the zero.
I use them like one additional flare.
Okay.
11.
11.
Your luck are kind of shit. Your luck's kind of shit, huh?
And
Honestly,
dice. I'm buying your new dice for next session.
Fuck, I'm gonna chrono shift it.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh.
15, 19.
Okay. A little better. Nice.
A little sexy, too.
So as you start kind of getting closer, you stop at about like the 20-foot mark. And again, you're pretty smart. Not overly cautious, but still, I mean, through the course of this tower, wanting to make sure you take the proper precautions. And kind of, it's just an open doorway. It's just an open doorway, and peering through what you can see opens up into this larger chamber. You can see faint kind of purple lights that seem to be coming from pieces of the floor, and there seems to be some type of large metal contraption within the center. But from this distance, without really getting up a little bit closer, that's all you can make out.
There's purple wings. Well, never mind. I was gonna say, I guess my detect magic would have probably. I would have had to stop concentrating on that in order to do other stuff. Does this room remind? Like, am I ringing any bells here?
Roll your history check for me. Gonna try a new die.
Yeah, I'm trying Gunner's die. Nat 20.
There you go.
So 28.
Okay. Wow.
You actually just
appreciate
you
it.
just
I got
actually
you.
you blew up the room. It was
That's the first actual roll those dice have ever
That's
done in
dice
game.
weighted and cheated, guys.
Oh, yeah, it actually is.
Yell at Sharon, not me.
Okay.
my Sharon.
Again, and probably part of probably kind of slowing your ascent down this hallway to where there was more of kind of like that anticipation and excitement building up with you as you were kind of hobbling in, and as you started getting closer, kind of these pieces of memories and experience started coming and flooding back to you. Kind of, you've been here. You've made this walk before. This is a familiar walk to you. This chamber you're going to was a very experimental and new area, but what you were kind of trying to focus on, you're unsure. There's just so much coming back to you at once from kind of the lapse of everything else within this tower is starting to also kind of feel more familiar to you. This definitely was a chamber you've personally worked in closely with someone on experimentation and some type of arcane nature.
I've been here before.
Well, that's what you said at the beginning, so I would hope.
Alright. What's in here?
I can't remember exactly, but I know I did work in here with someone.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah,
What's the point of waiting?
I'm.
Gunter's like,
Fireball!
I'm like a firebird. Caw, caw.
Hadouken!
I don't.
Hadouken.
Hadouken!
Gunner needs the scorpion. Get over here.
Get over
Chain
here.
scorpion.
So, you find yourself.
Oh, okay.
Playing the Kong Gambit and
It's so
chess.
pretty.
Ooh.
So, you make your way to this kind of open doorway, which the doorway is over here with the lights.
Do I need to scoot out any?
So getting kind of close, still in the hallway leading into this giant chamber, kind of peering in. Go ahead and roll another perception check.
With advantage? No.
Is this where?
It's with advantage.
Which door did we walk in through?
We walked into the one the sconces.
Okay.
I think.
So yeah, like
one.
literally,
With
it
mine?
looks to be this almost kind of cylindrical chamber.
Okay.
Just so you know, it
There
works all the way
seems
across
to
the
be
spectrum.
over on the sides,
Like
just
the one
kind
Gandalf
of
orb that
filigree design in the stonework. This seems to be the only doorway, at least at first glance, into this chamber.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so those aren't other doors?
No, I just had to do it for design.
Okay. Thank you.
So immediately looking in, you see this giant contraption in the center that stands a good 14 or 15 feet tall. It looks like some sort of astrolabe, if you're familiar. Do you know what an astrolabe is?
That shows the solar system, right?
Yeah, kind of with all like the spinning circles and everything. There seems to be something within the very kind of center point that does not seem to be moving, but all these other different rings, some to be just slowly rotating, other ones spinning at a tremendous speed. And there seems to be something different or off just with the air and atmosphere with this within this whole chamber.
And we're not quite in the chamber yet. We're like in the doorway.
You have not stepped
We're on the
foot
cusp.
within the chamber yet.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
You step in.
and I'm gonna
Well,
like.
yeah, I will say
Yeah.
for that too, like kind of peering in within that kind of central kind of like wrought iron gatework within the center. It seems to be like glass platform with this kind of swirls of purple and black and blue kind of slowly shifting, kind of like a nebula or astral sea kind of look to it.
I would like to send George up to take a look at this healing, see if there's anything up hiding.
Okay. So
John, not George.
you send George up,
Alright.
John, up off your shoulder,
George,
and he
he's
flies
like,
up
George,
into the
John.
doorway and he's just gone. Disappears from sight.
Do I still have my connect door?
What are you saying? Look through his eyes.
Watch my body, please.
And then, sorry.
No.
And I'd like
You're
to
like, okay.
sit down and go into George's John's eyes.
You go into John's eyes. Roll a perception check.
With John's stats?
With John's stats.
Okay, I gotta find John's stats.
Gunner's getting jiggy with it.
I just have to go to
Closer.
Alright. Plus 4. Nat 20 to 24.
Okay. So, with focusing in on John, you start flying up, and just to kind of like right yourself and look through, John kind of looks back down, and looking directly at your party, they seem to just all be perfectly still and frozen, not moving. And you start flying a few feet more up to this pretty tall chamber, could be about 100 plus feet tall, you're not sure yet. John starts flying up and gets a kind of a better look at this kind of spinning astrolabe, and there seems to be some type of humanoid figure, kind of not moving, just in the center of this spinning astrolabe. Once you get about 20 or so feet up, all of a sudden you guys see John appear, just about 20 feet higher, and John seems to be frozen in space.
Above us now?
Above
He's
us,
frozen?
about 23, 25 feet up into the chamber.
And
Uzaris, does
someone throw a rock at him.
Yeah,
does he just do that?
Am I
got a
stuck
rock.
in John's eyes?
You can pour it back, but it seems like everything... It seems like John's still moving. And you're waiting to see more. But it's just not coming to you.
I'd like to, like, in John's head, tell him to come back down.
I got that energy out.
So
last.
John begins. You feel John begin to start turning, and as you kind of snap back out of him and watch, John just looks like he's sitting there, not even flapping.
I'd like to tell them what just happened.
I'm gonna like put a coin on my thumb, and I wanna just like flip it in to see if it disappears as well.
The what?
I'm gonna like flip a coin with my thumb in.
So wait,
like a
you
silver
said you
piece,
thought
and see if it like
you said there was a
You flip a
a
coin
human
in, and as soon as
person
it
in
kind
there?
of passes this threshold, it disappears.
so like frozen. Is it reminiscent of a certain momentary stasis?
Could be.
Can I roll something
Roll an intelligence check
with disadvantage?
with disadvantage.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
going.
I was worried.
Is this? What? Shit. What was this scroll of?
Temporal shunt.
Scrolling.
Okay.
12.
12. It's hard to say. I mean, you felt this kind of weird deja vu moment before from one of your companions, but just viewing it right here from the edge, it just almost looks like, yeah, he's just suspended there within space and time, and not really sure what it is.
I'd like to try and go back into George's eyes and actually stay with him as he tries and fly back down. See
Okay.
if that changes
So you
anything.
kind of fade back in John's eyes, and you feel like you're now descending back down towards your party, and you feel yourself going. But there's a few more moments before John starts flying fine and normally back towards the party, and for the rest of you, John just disappears.
All right. I'm gonna go in.
What? Don't go in.
Into that?
You might not be able to.
Have you not been seeing this weird stuff going
Yeah,
on,
I
man?
don't think that's a good idea.
If you go, make sure you at least bring John with you.
Or somebody.
Yeah, I think
So
you should
we
at
have
least
eyes from
some
the
Are you
outside.
sort of
staying in John
eyes.
as he comes back, or are you out of John?
I popped out when, he started coming back.
Because I would feel awful if anything happened
And
to
you
you
looking
and we
up,
didn't
you do
know,
not see
because we
John.
don't even see
I'm
him.
waiting.
At least bring somebody with you, my friend.
I think you should at least bring someone or maybe John.
I choose Afarian. Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, listen,
Sorry.
the man's spoken. Let's get this over.
He's gonna trip on accident or on purpose and
Afarian
then fall and
knows.
break something.
Although you two have been companions, he's a bit tipsy.
I believe you should take
Nah,
May.
I've worked
I
it
do
off.
not like May. I think May is a bitch, but I think May would be the most reliable.
You're like, if she's gone, I can live with it.
I would trust your power.
Yeah, what's the big idea?
Afarian, I like you, but you don't make good decisions.
I probably trust Sayrol the most, personally.
I feel like
Okay.
All
You
I know
get
is we're
too
having
nervous.
family therapy after this session because there's a lot
I
of
don't
feelings
got-
coming out
Actually,
I didn't know about.
Listen. I don't want to risk any of you. And this is about me.
At least take John with you.
I'm gonna go
With a
in
J and an O.
biggest
with John.
It's a family therapy.
No one else. Come in.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
If something happens,
I've never been
I'll
home
pop back
before.
out. And we'll
No,
go in after
but I'm
you.
not worried about you. I'm worried about what's in there.
Well, I can handle it. All right, John.
Lift my
That's
Has
why
John
you're
come
not
back?
going.
So after about
I was gonna bring in
5 or 10 minutes of kind of conversating everything, John
That's
flies
why.
back through the threshold, and within his beak he's holding a silver coin and comes back and perches up on your shoulder.
I want to give him that. Good boy, John. I want to say that in Infernal.
Yeah, my Gundrix, my
Just for
silver
the
coin,
mystery.
He caught it. That should have been.
I don't know what you're talking about. He found this up there.
No, but I flipped one in and it should have hit the ground.
I don't remember that.
Just walking.
I'll give you your coin.
No, I was just
Starts
mention
trailing
that
off, and he
also
kind of
frozen.
crosses this threshold, and
We're just like,
I'm sending John in after him.
Okay.
Go, John, go.
shortly after John just disappears.
no one else
I'd
is
like to go
going,
into John's eyes.
especially not
Okay.
you. Sit.
And John
I
pretty
s-
easily
a
comes
Farian-
up, kind of
I
perches
say, I sit.
up over on your shoulder.
I want John to kind of nuzzle
Just,
him.
I'm like crisscross
Get a little
applesauce.
nuzzle against
right now, just
your
like-
hat there.
I think it'd be funny if I
Flame.
took the hide action and,
Oh,
and then
flame.
she couldn't see me.
So you
Sad.
just
From
walk up to it.
Tabs.
So
Mark.
And it's very odd and very random in different. As you're walking through, you get kind of where the atmosphere in the air almost feels like thinner or thicker at times every other step, to where there's these kind of pulses and waves coming off of this giant contraption there. And as you guys are kind of watching, it's weird. Uzaris, you feel yourself walking forward towards this thing, but you guys start to see to where Uzaris just blips out, and you have no visual on him, with John resting on his shoulder. And then he appears on the opposite side of the room, and lightning quick makes like 5 or 6 steps. But again, it feels natural and normal to you as you start getting closer and closer.
That thing is time related. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh, really?
Is John in the same boat
shit.
as you?
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, you watching, it feels like you watching through Uzaris' eyes that you and John are just taking these natural steps forward, getting closer and closer to this thing.
Is this spinning? Is it actively like
Yes,
all the...
there are all these different ones, various, some are spinning at a rapid pace. Other ones are spinning just at a slow kind of rotation. All these different sides just spinning independently on themselves, kind of, and now you start approaching it, getting kind of like 15 feet closer. You start seeing just these almost visual like pulses in different directions and areas coming out from this thing and slowly fading. You start to crest up closer to getting to be about 10 feet, and you start feeling this like physical resistance as the rest of you see Uzaris and John like slow almost to a crawl, just barely moving forward as this immense force and pressure begins to push onto you.
Well, I hope he's okay.
I'm going to attempt to put... Alright, use my momentary stasis on that.
On it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long does it take for him to cast it?
It's instant.
Oh, is there any noise that we
But
can
does
hear?
instant slow
Like,
down?
something?
It's time!
I'd like John
Why
to
do I
keep
think
an
you
eye
were
out.
just
What
gonna
is an instant?
You're gonna destroy the whole
Perception check.
universe.
And Hawk is keen eye, so make sure you're rolling with
Directed by
advantage.
Michael Bay.
3. 15.
22.
22.
Nope, 16.
You're keeping an eye out for anything weird. Again, through John's eyes, and you're gifted with some arcane abilities, but a lot of this looks very, very foreign to you. Looking through kind of John and everything, any of the kind of magical runes across this thing, and even what this thing is, this does not look familiar to you within any of the 8 schools of magic that you've either picked up on or know
I
of.
like kind of smack Uzaris with my wing and just kind of take the other wing and just point at the runes.
You
Just-
22.
22. So you can hear there's a various harmony of
Your
this
wing.
low and high-pitched humming that seem to be originating from this thing, and just a cacophony of just
Like this.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
that's perfect.
Bingo!
So as
Thank
you
you.
crest up and you get to almost you're only 12, maybe 10 feet away, and you try to momentary stasis it, you reach out and cast it, and it doesn't seem to do anything to impact this thing.
Cast on the humanoid inside.
I don't technically know that's there, though.
Yes, I told you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when
he
we came
relayed
back,
all
I
that.
told you.
He
Oh,
relayed
well
all that
then,
information.
Do I,
to-
yeah, now that I'm closer, can I identify who that is?
Roll a perception check for me.
Is it in like the little
It's
glass
me!
ball?
Ooh.
Yeah, so
It's
it would be
a
like
me.
right here instead of
Oh,
the
that's a
ball.
big
It's a fucking
fucking.
ball.
I assist you if I
Yeah,
could,
this
but I
thing
can't
like
assist you.
itself is
Oh,
15
holy
feet
shit.
It's
tall.
like.
Fucking bastard.
I imagine it was
Then
like.
don't think I can assist you.
Final
That's
boss.
17.
17.
God. I remember those
Um,
Bowser fights.
From walking straight in through this, you see, you see, a small humanoid figure, probably either halfling or gnomish size. They,
Is that the bitch?
you,
Which bitch?
the bitch.
The bitch that's been missing. I know his name. The bitch.
Yeah, the bitch's name is Sayrol.
I don't know who you're talking about.
That was mean. I'm
So
sorry.
you see this small female humanoid figure, and from the kind of angle you're at, you can't see much, but kind of a slight side profile of her face as the figure is kind of just stuck frozen in this kind of momentary spot with these long black kind of wavy hair that seems to be stuck in kind of a falling position. But being this close and kind of trying to make out features and who this possibly is, you also do notice that not only is their body just kind of frozen there, it's almost like an active blur spell to where it looks like they're kind of shifting back and forth as stuck in time and space. And as looking and trying to finish that kind of last step, you can't seem to make any more forward progress closer to this thing. Are you 17, you said? It's still kind of trying to peer through it, kind of look back at John, and looking through. You can't really recall who this person or woman is, but there's a solemn little tear that starts to form in your eyes.
Yeah, you thought it was Spafusa. Spafusa's a guy.
No. I was talking about something else.
I'm going to
Like he was
cast.
calling.
I'm gonna open the scroll up and cast Temporal Shunt.
Okay. Let me double check this.
I'm gonna cry.
If I knew that, I would believe me. He's in there getting pussy.
And I would have just
On yourself?
beat the fuck out of you.
Or
I forgot he's killing
On-
Mafarian.
on her.
He's in there finding his wife.
On her.
What is
Her.
Yeah, reappears where it was or in closest to an occupied space.
you read out the scroll, and it vaporizes as you see kind of a blur, and it shifts suddenly as she kind of phases out, and then reappears still kind of in that blurred state.
Is she outside the class ball?
She's still suspended within this spinning astrolabe.
Ah, it's an astrolabe.
Oh my! He said it how many fucking times?
I'm sorry, that just clicked in my head.
He's been like, man, this astrolabe, the astrolabe, the astro.
That just clicked in my head. I'm sorry.
If you would like to try to continue forward, go ahead and
Jesus.
Do I think there's enough room to get in there? Like if I were to be able to, would I fit in there?
you could probably fit in there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna Misty Step in there.
I'm not ready for this. I'm about to be sad and I know it.
Okay, so you attempt to Misty Step in, and John, in your eyes, you just feel kind of like the weight from under you give out, and John's kind of just stuck there flapping. And you guys from the hallway can see all of a sudden from just this slow, sluggish Uzaris move, all of a sudden Uzaris is just gone, and John's wings are just suspended in air. Uzaris, as you attempt to Misty Step forward, you, through this weird kind of time and space, it shunts you onto the opposite side of where you were standing of this spinning astrolabe, but you've made it about 4 or so feet closer, and the amount of kind of pressure and compression on you is immense. But you can look up, and you do see a clear picture of this woman's face, and she does in fact look very familiar to you.
Wifey.
He's like, have we had sex?
We had sex.
Have we?
a child,
Have we shagged, baby?
He's like.
Do I know you from somewhere? Sean Connery. Bond. James Bond.
He like has a fucking bomb.
I want to. Can I cast? Yeah.
Ah.
Is that the grammarian?
Yes.
Say no.
Can I have one more momentary stasis. Can I do that on myself and then attempt to try to move? Even though it's supposed to freeze you in time?
So you
Forbid you from casting?
Huh?
Or I forgot.
It's not a spell, technically.
you momentary stasis yourself, and you feel within this chamber that it frees you for a moment, and you're able to take another 2 steps to where, still within this astrolabe and where this woman is suspended, being up to almost the base of it, but in such proximity, and as you kind of force and will yourself another step forward and kind of start reaching up, you can feel kind of just the essence and the skin along your fingertips and your hands start to kind of tighten and wrinkle and sag as almost the time that it's exerting around these kind of pulses as auras are beginning to be too intense for you to continue any further without suffering some type of time-related damage.
But I can attempt to go forward. Still.
How tall is it?
Okay, I still want to try to.
The tip top is about 15 feet.
Oh, why did I think it was like little
I'm
baby?
like,
It's Uzar.
I say, I reach up and like as I try to move, I'm like, I'm coming, snuck 'em, son. Don't worry. And I'm trying to like reach up. You know.
Make
You
strength
hurt
check.
my heart.
Huh? Make a strength save.
Strength check.
I would like to have John come back.
John slowly starts making his way back, and you all see kind of this to where a frozen state of John, to where there's like 1 or 2 flaps, and then he's gone. And then he appears kind of on the other side of the room, flapping rapidly, and disappears, and slowly begins the
When I
process
see him
of
start
coming
coming back, I'm going to come back and I'd like to take off my cape to the mountebank.
Okay.
And wait for John to get to me.
6.
6. You feel yourself trying to push through this.
I'm gonna get out some dice.
And
The Tarrasque comes out of nowhere.
holy fuck!
And you get power word killed by Shogun.
You take
I'm
7
enough.
points of force damage as you begin pushing through closer to where, in this kind of blurred falling state, you're only about 4 feet away, and you can almost feel the skin beginning to like rapidly decay off the tips of your fingertips.
Is Yar's fucking with the weave right now?
I'm still gonna push to go to her.
Make another strength check for me.
And we can't like see any of this, right? Because he's still like.
You guys at this point,
We just see him getting closer. Right?
to where, yeah, now, I mean, you see Uzar kind of pop up visually on the opposite side at the base of this thing with an extended hand.
But we can't tell any of the
Make a
decay.
perception check if you're keenly
Yeah, I'm
watching.
like-
Can I also see like
Sure,
what's
roll a
happening?
perception check.
Has John made it back yet?
I got a nat
Kind of
20.
weird. Okay.
Got you.
I was like, I need to see.
I have a 17.
Lean in.
Okay.
I got an 11.
You like fart a little bit?
So-
You're like,
Cyril, this is weird. This is really odd. There's a lot going on. This is strange.
Yeah, this is not.
This is
Not
definitely
natural.
uncomfortable
Yeah,
and
you ever do that?
unnatural.
you're just like,
May, you can definitely see Uzars reaching up towards this figure.
but I don't see like any.
You don't see anything. And knowing Afarian's probably got like human binoculars going or owl mask trying to like keen in.
Yeah, no.
And you can start to see the faint flaking of skin and flesh kind of dissipating off of Uzaris' hands. What was your strength check?
A 1, not natural, but just a 1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're not telling any of us what's happening.
You're not
No,
telling about
I'm still watching right now. I'm like not conveying
6
anything.
points
yet.
of
I'm
force
just like-
damage. As you feel you've reached almost an incorporeal.
Don't say shit. Stop it.
An incorporeal force to where you cannot penetrate and reach any further. And take another. We already did the damage, right?
Yeah.
And you feel you cannot reach any further, mustering the rest of all the strength within your tiny Nomi bones.
Oh my god.
You'd be flaking, right?
I'd like to put my cape on the ground. I'd like to go back to John's eyes.
Yeah, 'cause
So you
I
go back to
don't- I don't
John's
know what's
eyes
happening.
and
you haven't told
begin to
us?
kind of thresh through, and you're about 10 feet away, stuck in that very first kind of portal as you're flying through, looking like 10 feet directly in front of your party.
What do your elf eyes see, Afarian?
He's reaching for something
Well,
in the center.
obviously. What
But
else is
there's something else.
what?
He's
I farted.
flaking.
What do you mean?
There's just it looks like it's hard to tell, but little bits of him are just floating away.
What?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, right?
Wait, should we
Okay.
worry about that? Should we go
I think we
try-
should worry about
Should
that.
I go
I'm
try
going
and-
to
I'm
bear
coming with
down
you.
on all fours. I'm going to then take my feline agility and two key point dashes as well as a
So I was like,
as well
Yeah,
as my
I'm
main
also gonna
action
try
dashing
except when I'm done with
to just get
happening.
to him.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
also gonna try and.
Okay.
He's got a bit of
Um,
dandruff.
so,
Run in there.
Michael, to save you some hassle, that would be
Little dry skin.
520, I think.
Okay.
We're all
Roll
trying to
just
save you.
one athletics check for me. And
I'm just running it, and I'm like.
You're running
oh,
in,
fuck, I
just
have to
trying-
grab him, like.
Yeah, I grab onto her.
Okay.
Run into.
both of you give me 2 athletics check.
Okay. 2 of them.
2.
18.
Okay. That was with disadvantage?
Oh, not 20 on the first.
Athletics.
Yes.
20 on the first, non-natural.
So is everybody else now in this
19.
room?
Actually,
and then
9
18
on the second.
15.
15?
So 20 non-natural and then
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Did I use
What were
my
your 2?
Not 20 and then a 9.
Did I use my ring last session?
No.
Okay.
Wait, it would be. I
So,
was right. Never mind.
Afarian and Gundrix. It's John makes it back to you.
I want him to grab the cape and fly immediately back in. I want him to get to Uzaris as fast as his little wings can carry him.
As he picks up the cape there and again disappears almost in timing unison. Afarian, you kind of take Alvision away and kind of look around you, and your party is just ran by you.
Letting you know, Michael, my goals. If you don't know what, never mind. Continue. Describe.
So
My life goals and aspirations.
all
real
of
quick,
you
Mike.
I want
kind of walk through the first threshold together. And Afarian and Gundrix, you see your 3 party members disappear. And as a rapidness within this kind of second area of these weird waves and auras, you two, Seirul and May, you see Fugaku just in a blur run off in front of you and disappear while you guys see him kind of appear. It's this very
Just
chaotic.
Is it just like,
It's this
wait,
very
I'm moving
odd
it.
Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
hallway
I'm moving
just
it.
coming through these random spaces, attempting to make their straight beeline towards Uzaris. While they've taken off to do that, you're attempting something again?
I'm gonna use my ring to cast might on myself instead of light.
Okay.
First level.
For that,
So like
God, the movable rod would have been great
Okay.
here.
Go ahead.
You just throw it in it.
You
Throw it in the machine.
feel your muscles tensen up and tighten. Give me a strength check and add 2 additional.
I just had a question. With
Yep,
the
and 2.
so with the nat 20, when I was trying to see what was going on in
Yes.
there, would I have been able to tell kind of what was going on inside the astrolabe, or just
What'd you roll?
like I would have been focusing on him, but because he was so close, would I have just to know, or would
Just in kind of perspective, you would have picked up and seen a small halfling size or gnomish sized woman kind of just stuck in suspended animation, and her form looked almost like it was glitching to where it would be here but also in like 2 or 3 different spots all suspended kind of within this same space.
My intentions in running forward is, like, Fugaku's end goal is to put both of his hands on Yuzaris' back and not only try to attempt to push him forward, but also cast healing hands.
Okay.
Really? My goal is to grab onto Yuzaris and pull him away.
Fugaku is pushing
16.
him forward.
16.
I just will not be doing that. My goal is to get him out of there. No gnome's dying today.
You feel yourself get another 6 or 8 inches closer, and you can feel the first layer of skin pretty much on your hand to your wrist as you breach this kind of next barrier. As kind of endgame just healed and disintegrated away, and you can start to see on your middle finger kind of the bone and muscle tissue.
I just say, I've come back. I'm here. You know, as I'm
12 points of force damage.
You're like sweating. You
I'm
have like
at
the meat
6.
sweats.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get there and talk.
So,
Because
you guys, as running
Oh
through,
my god.
there's a portion of it.
I was just
What's John's flying speed, by the way?
60 feet.
Okay. So, John actually at some point
Whacks you.
flies
I'm
by
like,
you,
oh.
Meg.
Carrying, keep them on
I'm
space.
out there like,
By the way, I'm still in his eyes. I'm going in.
It's a little slower just because he's carrying a big
That's
cloak.
fine.
Sayril, John does kind of catching you as this kind of weird cacophony of everybody poofing in and out. Fugaku, you find yourself to where you get to where the air and atmosphere around you starts to, even with in your ki expending everything, starts to slow down and be sluggish. But you find yourself just about 3 feet behind Yuzaris.
Is there any I could push a tad more, even spending a key point? So that would be
You're like, if I fart, will
three
it push me
expended.
forward enough?
Expend a key point and do the strength check.
Because I just want to reach his back so he doesn't.
At disadvantage.
Oh my god, I don't want you to die.
This is money. Can I?
Feel free.
This is money. 5 more.
No, it's not.
That doesn't look good.
That isn't cocked, but it just might be a little bit.
Very slightly, but I wouldn't
It's
count
very slightly cocked. The 4.
Which one'd you roll?
Roll both these because it's disadvantage.
it. It's very slightly, but
What's
no.
your strength? -1?
Yeah.
So, you expend the key to kind of refresh yourself. You're still just... This whole day has been pretty tolling on you. Feeling a little bit better from the day before, but still, you just don't... You're outreaching that hand, and you get to where you're about a foot away, but not quite there. Are you attempting to push forward?
How close am I now?
For
Oh my fucking god. I don't like
a
this.
little over 2 feet. Just from, like, one of her kind of extended, drawn, like, blurred hands from, like, hand reaching out to suspended hand.
Like the
Just
like
like-
the one painting.
Yeah.
The creation of Adam.
You look back.
I'm
at
trying
me,
to touch
I've got
her
a
and
giant
grab it
bucket of
at her
popcorn.
hand.
Just I mean popcorn.
From my
Coming off your buzz.
from my robe of useful items, I'm gonna
This is what it's
I'm gonna
like.
drink all 4 of the healing potions.
Okay.
He goes.
So,
Shock
go
him.
ahead
One
and
of them
roll
was
those up.
instant.
Shock him.
So,
My
with
healing potions are 2d4.
2d4 plus 2, I
Yeah,
believe?
just like base.
So it would be if I drank 4 of them,
8d4
8d4 plus
plus
8.
8. Yep. So that'll be 11 points of force damage for staying, because again, I'm assuming you've still got your outreached hand pulling the patch
So it healed
and downing the potions with
Yeah.
your offhand.
So I heal 28 and take 11.
11.
Oh
So net 16.
Next 16.
Or-
So you should
or-
be 22?
There's 17. Yeah.
23.
23,
17.
yeah.
Yep. So, and again, still just staying there, you can feel the immense pain where
Yeah.
it starts to kind of singe down your forearm, son, past your wrist.
Can I? Sorry, can I see what's happening?
Roll a perception check as you're just with disadvantage because you were like full on booking trying to get there.
16.
16. Getting a lot closer within this kind of chamber, bouncing around all these other areas. You do see to where at the tips above like the first knuckles, there seems to be bone exposed and no longer any flesh on Euzaris' outreached hand as you see him like kind of trembling and shaking with a potion bottle to his mouth.
Can I try and cast Cure Wounds
I want to cast to give him his
in
fingers back.
at
He,
third level?
Cure
Fingers.
Wounds touch.
I want to cast
Oh,
philanthropy.
is it? Yeah. Oh wait, I'm gonna try and catch. Oh gosh, what's a not touch?
Healing word, I think, is
Can
not
I?
your only
Can I
choice.
try Healing Word?
Yep.
In the third level.
So, go ahead and roll for that. And you will shout out whatever you say to him and expend the heal, but it'll take about a round for the actual magic to traverse this terrain and reach him. Fugaku, you're a pretty sharp guy. You notice
So
coming
what
up
is
behind
three,
you
four, or two?
is the familiar flapping of
Yeah,
John with a robe clutched in his talons as you're just
How familiar is the robe?
about just 8 or 10 inches away from Euzaris' back.
That's 12.
I would like, as John's coming up on him, to call.
Okay, so John.
And John's probably a decent amount farther than me. Or like decent
He's
amount
just
away.
caught up with you.
Oh, so we're like. I'd like to attempt to do two things.
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
With advantage this time?
Try disadvantage. And John is just trying to move forward.
Oh, not bad. 10.
John's goal is to get this robe to Euzaris, or
Yeah.
get it to Fugaku to give to Euzaris.
Forgot
You
you
know?
just wrap it around Euzaris, but at
Yeah,
first he wants
exactly.
to make sure he doesn't die first. Can I push a little more with key? A little more!
Spend another key point.
A little more!
And you close those 2 inches and you feel a familiar paw kind of press within the center of your back.
4 key points in total I've used. So 3 more.
Go ahead, roll. John.
Oh, can I do a free action, like yell something?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna like encourage Euzaris. Just like a little further. Except it's gonna be like actual yelling. I'm not gonna yell right now.
No, I get it.
Monkic inspiration.
John. Hit me with
Yeah.
a saucy strength check to see if this
You hit. You
intensity
hit 11.
close area you can
Alright.
flap and get through.
What song
12.
is this?
It's -3.
It is Will of the Heart
Oh my god.
by
Are you
the
serious?
Stereoscopic Orchestra.
Okay.
12. You start getting closer, and John's flapping, but he's not quite there yet.
Well, keep at it, John. Keep at it, buddy.
Euzaris,
Hold to maintain contact as much as I can.
you're attempting to maintain contact. You're reaching forward.
You feel a furry presence
Yeah.
behind.
On my butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on you.
Woo!
It's right on. I'm
Woo!
actually
Go
grabbing
ahead.
those cheeks.
And roll another strength check with disadvantage. Trying to not focus like that.
Because you want to be unbiased.
Did you see what the first one was?
No.
That one.
Was it a nat 20?
No. It
That
was
would
the
suck.
opposite.
Oh, that was a lot of dice. Sounded like a bunch of D4s though.
You take 9 points of force damage.
Oh, net gain, baby.
As you feel the amount of strength left within you is almost subsiding, and you're starting to feel this guilt and weight that you might not be able to close this gap. As again, you have now kind of down to your second knuckles, almost just exposed bone as the flesh and muscles have begun to rapidly deteriorate within this area.
Did my pushing do anything for him? I know I was saying I was pushing, but I forgot that completely.
No.
Gave him a little toot.
Not with a 10. Or 12.
I rolled a 12.
I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Still. I've been watching like a hawk.
I'd say you
John
watching,
rolled-
you still see
Yeah.
your party
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
popping up and appearing in these various
Feels
positions.
exhausted.
I want to try to use the message cantrip to
Gotta
say to Uzaris. Uzaris, you've come this far. Just a little further now. Come on.
Are you gonna inspire him?
Yep, and I'm trying to inspire him to push.
You expend your message out, and you don't get an immediate response. Same thing for May. The time and space, how things have to travel, it'll get to him next round. Sayrul and May, you guys pop up and appear now again, just 4 or so feet behind Fugaku. Have you been busting forward as you see this kind of odd look of John flying kind of over Fugaku's shoulder with a cloak kind of wrapped in talons as Fugaku's outreaching, not really making any progress, but stabling and holding Uzaris as you now have a much closer, clear kind of visage of this scene of Uzaris hand outreached, bony-tipped fingers as he's extending, and you just can see his whole form trembling and shaking with every piece of strength in his body.
I'm gonna try and ram into him.
Uh-oh.
Just in slow time,
Yeah.
ram.
So you
Must
start barreling
tackle.
forward. Make a strength check for me.
I'm so conflicted.
Oh my god. Wait.
I'm 8.
Do I push
She
or
doesn't
I
want him
pull?
to. Seriously.
So again, you feel like you've been barreling forward this whole time trying to get up to Uzaris, and you get to where you're about a foot or two behind Fugaku, and just these exorbitant amount of pressure and this weird atmosphere that's emanating off this giant astrolabe as the humming still just going, and you can't seem to make any further ground.
I guess the things are still like spinning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like all these different.
But it's not like hitting his hand yet. Like, is it? Like, is he
He's,
not
like, inches
close
away,
enough
isn't
to
he?
where like it's like?
It's a very odd visual as these brackets are spinning, and most of them aren't full circles.
Oh.
They're all different, various kind of kind of half circles or 3/4. There's some full ones, but within kind of this space, the most exterior kind of full one is one of the kind of slower turning ones that nothing has seemed to like obstruct him from his goal currently.
Okay.
So is May just kind of walking, like getting to that point and like, what's May doing?
Well, if it's not obstructing anything, she's not gonna do anything to the actual thing.
You're gonna grab it, you're gonna hold it, you're gonna be
Actually, I was literally thinking about that. But if it's not obstructing what he's trying to,
It could.
what?
It could help.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go and make my way and try and like grab onto those to stop it to see if it does anything to help his cause.
Okay.
You're gonna be
I
like
don't know.
Go ahead
Thor
and make a
trying to
strength check
like
for me.
revive a star.
You're gonna be like
I don't know.
thrown into another
I'm gonna be
timeline,
like,
Okay,
Honestly-
I see May doing that, and I,
breaking the flow
I
of time.
Cast, what is it?
A strength
Is it like
check?
ability increase?
Yeah.
So,
May's
okay.
like, let's
So,
go
like,
back
what's
in
something of the bear?
time. Backward.
What?
Gunner.
Like strength
like
of the
something
bear.
of the bear.
Strength of the bear.
Uh,
like,
21.
1960.
Yeah.
Alright, screw
It's
it.
like
Oh,
enhanced
It's not
Hey,
nice.
isn't that a head and touch?
I
No,
hope
not
not.
It was
here.
enhanced.
Not this.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast it.
We got cars. We got
21
bombs,
not
and we
Force
got
damage,
women.
not fire force.
Oh yeah, force is really good.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna double check.
I'm gonna try and Eldritch Blast it.
Fun fact: when you use force damage, because like the way magic works is you grab from the weave, which is magic. It's like, and you grab from the weave and you shape it into fire. That's how you can cast fire. But with force damage, you just grab directly from it and then sling the weave at people.
Fling the weed. Yeet. So bears and
Like
no.
twisted teeth.
That's
Are
why
you doing bull strength or bear's endurance?
Bears.
Strength.
Bear's endurance.
What does it look like she's gonna do? Like trying to catch it or trying to like hold on to it and yank it?
She's coming up
I'm
from
trying to, like-
behind you. So
Damn.
with whatever
What did you say? I'm not trying to yank it. I'm
bear's
trying to like
endurance is
stop
constitution.
it,
Bull's strength
like
is
so that
strength.
nothing will get in the way.
Okay, Constitution.
So you feel kind of invigorated as this spiritual essence of
Very
this bear kind of passes through you as you begin making your way up. And you're 21. You start marching forward in your plate and actually catch up in tandem to where kind of side by side where Fugaku is and begin slowly making your way towards it, but have not made it there yet.
Okay.
John is close enough with his cape. What is John doing with the cape?
I'm either trying to throw it on Euzaris.
What's John doing?
Fugaku's like this right now.
Either trying or what is John doing?
I'm trying to decide, am I close enough to try and get that on Euzaris?
You try.
How far away from Euzaris
What does the
am
cloak
I?
do?
With a,
It
you're
allows
right
dimensional
there.
door.
You're right there
Allows a
nearby,
teleport up to 5
kind of Fugaku's head. You could drop it just there, or with a successful strength check, you could probably drape it around Euzaris.
You could try to do it with Fugaku, but he's like this right now.
What's John doing?
I'm gonna try and drape it on Euzaris.
Roll strength check for me.
You just like
I'm like, he'll get it eventually.
That
He'll
is
get the
very
next
cocked.
I think.
Reroll it.
Maybe he heard me. If he didn't, he might.
I
have.
should actually.
Yeah, you
Flat surfaces help.
Yeah, before I had it like this, and it literally just took. Be a 10.
You could probably do it, maybe.
John
Maybe.
flaps forward and drops the cloak, and you can kind of see it now in front of you drop, and it looks like it drapes over one shoulder, but is in kind of a precarious situation. It may or may fall off next round.
So I have one hand on him, right? And it's my turn.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Did
so-
you add the 12 points of healing word that would have circled around?
Alright.
And you'd be
Net
inspired.
gain so far.
I should also add, after I dropped it, I'd like to disconnect from John.
You have to wait till next turn, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Roll
Right
another
there.
strength check with
That's
disadvantage.
What do you want your-
I think it's a free action to do it.
It's a fancy scroll.
So
I was
is this
trying to
is
mess
this
with you
then
'cause
he would have
Michael
heard
was
my
on you.
like
Yeah.
inspirational
Well,
message
that
then?
You
So you
actually
also
did.
have inspiration, bardic, if you so
sweet.
choose
Is that
to.
a D6?
Don't
it's
ask
his
me.
level.
I never use it.
Yeah.
It's a D6.
I'm not the logistics guy.
I just say what I want to do. You
Yeah.
guys tell me if it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
know
look
what I'm
that.
doing. I'm a little,
Okay.
I'm a little Gideon.
He gets it. He gets
I'm a little Dickens.
it. I'm with
What are
it.
you trying to do?
19.
He's trying to like, fuck a dude.
I'm just trying to get like the shape of your face down.
That does. My head's got like a trapezoid. I got a big
Euzaris
straight
is just
line
like,
in my head.
please, please. You know,
You're able to
Are you crying right now? Be honest.
push.
For my penis.
No, like,
Euzaris is probably crying. Yeah.
Yeah, because you mentioned
in-
like even you were like
Yeah.
far away and tears.
You
were
kind
starting
of
to come.
reach out with your other hand and extend and push to where you're only about a foot away.
Oh, I
You
thought you
take 19 points of force damage
What the fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me?
as all 5 tips of your fingers have now kind of eroded away into just loose muscle and bone.
Trivial.
Where's my cure? Where's my?
It reached him at the beginning of that.
Maybe
Oh, it did.
You guys have just
That
Yeah,
might be-
that's why
Yep.
he hit 12.
Roll an intelligence check for me real quick.
Chronal shift.
That's a weird number.
Just intelligence check.
Yep.
13.
13.
Does he not know?
He does not.
No, just straight intelligence checks.
Through now pushing through and suffering this kind of deterioration, rapid time flow this close in proximity to this thing, and kind of scratching your head other than trying to will through this, you get the sense that there's something missing in order to close the gap.
We are few. This is futile.
I left the oven on.
Fugaku, you've
Oven
got
needs to be
your
off.
hands pressed up against him
I have
as you
potion-
still see.
Is mine starting to now?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god! I shouldn't have said anything. I thought that's what you
You're
were
helping
trying to.
push closer.
I thought that's what you're trying to sign.
You take 4 points of force damage
I'll
as
take that, dude.
you can see the kind of fur start to like rapidly kind of gray and start to fall out, exposing just your fleshy paw.
My fleshy paw. I have the potion of rage.
Okay.
First level rage gives me advantage on strength.
It does.
That would cancel out my exhaustion disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, it'd be a straight roll.
Downing that would be an action, of course.
Dimensional door. That's.
I can give you the card.
Misty step.
Does it have the information on it?
Yeah, if I don't attack, I take a d4 of psychic damage. And it lasts for a minute at the first level rage.
Okay. So yeah, a strength check to attempt to
Not only
continue
am I
pushing
probably
Uzars
the one
forward.
in the first place, I probably couldn't grab the cape as well as heal him in this little sword span. I mean, I am kind of fast, but I'm slow.
You're fast, but
Actions.
drink a potion if you're pushing him. You can secure the cape fully if you'd like, and heal him. You've got 4 different things going on.
I know. So I probably couldn't do that.
Probably not all of them.
What would it pare me down to? I action search.
Oh, you multi-classed again.
Again.
Is healing hand an action or a bonus?
It's just like a keyboard thing.
Let me double check something. I just want to look at that because definitely affixing the cloak would be a bonus. That's no issue.
Dimensional
It would
door.
probably be the pushing him that would
Where are you?
like causing this conflict.
Right.
Where are you putting him?
It's on his shoulders.
Even if
The cloak is on
like,
his arm.
Wait, no. Where is he gonna
Healing
pop?
hands
That's up to
as
him.
an action.
I'm just giving him the option.
You can touch.
That's fine.
Say, I didn't
Is that
know
like
it
Looking,
magic
looking at
item.
your character sheet.
He
for
now
healing
has
hands
access to this 4th
under
level
features
spell,
and traits.
Dimensional Door.
as an
You
action.
can spend 1 key point to use this feature as a bonus action.
So you can spend a key point.
I don't even need to use key to do it as an action. Fuck, dude.
However, it could also instantaneously kill
So,
him.
What can I do? I have my
You have
intentions.
Dimensional
What?
Door, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pushing him as an action
Yeah.
is out. You're down the rage. Very chewy.
You're fine.
So, love the bonus. You can use the key point and heal him. Or as your just regular bonus, affix the cloak. Or cape.
I watched him teleport earlier with Misty Step.
Yep.
How far did he end up going with that?
Roll an intelligence check for me.
With disadvantage.
I hope this works out for the power of friendship.
Yeah, I hope this works out. I know, like,
We all fucking die.
Except
The end of the
Afarian's out there like, uh-oh.
Like,
That's an
how do I
issue.
get out of here?
Through your
Adventure!
course of running and sprinting
It's like I should have stayed with
through
my
this
mommy.
kind of chamber, you get
I know I
that
should have went with that old
he
man in
probably
the tavern.
Misty Step the full amount or intended kind of like 20 foot or whatnot, but just through the time and space within this chamber kind of jutted him off the original path. It did not impact the distance per se,
okay.
but I mean just you kind of running straight and all the kind of weird poofs and turns through it. Something throughout the kind of time and space in here is off
Yeah.
to mess with the possible trajectory.
Yeah. Yeah, from where I have some deep pores, so I can have really bad.
So I can either heal him or fix the cloak. Is that mine?
Oof.
And the cloak falling right now.
It could fall. It's hanging on one
It's
shoulder
hanging on
right now.
Uzaris' shoulder.
So like where it would be like a cloak to kind of brooch and clasp, it's like halfway over one shoulder. And looking at it and kind of judging just where it is, it could be fine and just hang and drape there and stay, or it could fall and slip off the back.
Could he use it without it affixed?
It's not.
I wouldn't know.
It's not attuned, right?
No, I'm not attuned to it.
As long as he has it on within his possession, you'd get the understanding in the sense that, I mean, as a magical item, I mean, it could be a robe you're holding or a necklace you're holding on to, not necessarily wearing around specifically your neck.
Can't
So-
use it if he's dead though.
Yeah, I was about to say, he can't use the cloak if he's dead. I'm gonna heal him.
But I can use it if he's dead.
I'll roll.
Let him die.
Let him die.
Plus 5.
Let him die.
No, I'm getting it back if he dies.
Let him die.
8. He points you healed, Uzaris.
How many?
8.
Rolled a 4, which kind of sucks.
Gundrix, you're back watching this cacophony of your party standing next to Afarian.
Telepathically, I'd like to tell John to try and get that cloak better on him.
Okay.
Not controlling John. I'll let John do that.
Yeah.
And from the
John.
outside, I'd like to try
John.
and Eldritch Blast one of the spinny boys.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and just roll an animal handling check to see how well
Kill the
John
Dude,
can
I love
perform your
how
task.
everyone's like, heal,
Goes
help.
like,
Goes
shoot!
like,
Nat 20,
fireball.
so that would be a 20.
Fireball.
28, right? With your spellcasting one?
No.
Oh,
this is
animal
animal
handling.
Oh, okay.
Be 23.
Okay. So John begins. You, from your kind of visage and everything, it doesn't even look like John's moved yet. Still kind of stuck, as your party's almost in this statuesque kind of trained position. But John begins down and clasps onto the cloak and begins kind of moving it up to the other shoulder. And your Eldritch Blessing. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
John, am I gonna be in the way? Gunnar, did you take into account who's gonna be in the way?
Looks like a 1, Gunner.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no, that's just the
That
floor
looks-
of your thing, bro.
Then yeah,
That
that's
looks
a 1, so
cunt.
that'd be a 9.
You expend your
It's
Eldritch
just the
Blast.
floor of his thing isn't even.
No, I mean,
I know, it
did
was
he
on
take
this.
into account who he might hit?
You expend your Eldritch
Reroll that
Blast and see it just
Did we take it?
kind of disappear within there.
You'll
He's
get
like-
Hopefully could hit your target.
I doubt it,
Kind
but
of
we'll
flat.
find
You do
out.
it super seductively, you're like,
He doesn't
My
like
turn?
it.
I know.
Sayril and May,
Yeah,
you guys are kind of working. Or Afarian,
Yeah.
you're standing there. You hear Gundrix kind of focus
Inspiring
and issue a
bardically.
command to John there and fire off a blast at this contraption as it just disappears within this void. Are you doing anything or just
You
watching the
fucking
show?
Hunt Gundry.
I want to turn to Gundrix after and be like, what was the plan there?
I'm gonna hit the spinny things.
let's fucking hope it hits the spinny things.
Sayril and
I
May,
don't have any other ideas.
Sayril about to
you're
cast-
still
where it went.
trucking forward or you casting?
I'm gonna cast
was like,
I'm gonna hit these
That's
already.
in my
Healing
face.
Spirit
Okay.
Like, what?
over him.
Okay.
I'm still trucking. I'm
Man,
going.
sure gonna get sniped by
I'm gonna
For
make
once-
it look like his
For
outfit.
once, I'm glad I didn't jump into a
Okay.
room.
So, trying to copy
I don't like
good
that.
little schnookums.
Sometimes it's good to stand outside the room.
What do you think I'm gonna
Moves
run at?
over and hovers over good old Uzaris. You're still trucking through.
I like it when you flap your tongue like that.
Roll your strength check for me.
$17?
17. Was that with advantage?
No.
With advantage.
Is it with advantage? Is this?
For enhance ability.
No, it wasn't. 22.
22.
Yes, sir.
So again,
Yes,
you
sir.
start bowling through these kind of ripples and waves in time as you start to pass up Fugaku, pushing your way through to where you're starting to reach up in tandem,
Seems legit. Yeah.
just a foot or so away from where Uzars is.
Is there
gripping.
armor melting now?
I
That's
forgot,
what I mean.
guys.
Real
I
good.
just wanted to make this clear. I'm doing this all on plate.
Gains. Gains.
All I know is
Damage.
I'm like
Really
taking
bad.
like a protein
You want me to show you?
shake while I'm like
Well,
trying.
You take 13 points of force damage as again you start
Oh my god.
bowling through.
So cool.
And as
What
you
is
start
there
reaching
with
through,
that
you can
stolen car, I
start to see, you can feel the immense pain and kind of tightening in your fingertips as on the exterior of your plate, you can start to see this expedited, almost like rusting
It's
begin.
14.
Oh, you don't have to disturb Michael with it. It's fine.
But
Oh, I just.
No,
Michael,
it
I
has
just-
more.
I'm like drinking a protein shake. I'm like, this is like day one arms.
It definitely got you through kind of two of these other barriers you would have had to break through.
Go!
Uzaris,
So what was the goal size?
just continuing to push through.
I mean,
Yeah,
What do I-
companions?
what do I know, or what would I think is like missing? Like, would I know, like, being here now and like seeing her? Has anything kind of clicked? Like, oh, I know where I am. Like, I know why she's in here.
What I must
Roll another history check for me.
We're probably missing something from Splifusa.
Oh, did you do bear endurance on me?
Do I have advantage?
No, that was on him.
What did
Oh
you-
no, I did. I did.
Okay, I get 2d6 temporary hit
Okay,
points.
so 21.
21.
I do. So can I add
Let's
2d6
learn some
temporary
knowledge.
hit points because I have the bear endurance? Okay.
21. He just rolled. Again, you are reaching forward and you still take the 12 points of force damage. As
Get fucked.
now pretty much down to your wrist is just exposed muscle tendons and bones. As you just see these kind of skin flakes just kind of like apparating. Some have disappeared, some
Yeah.
still
Just
like
man, that's
holding
getting
still.
nasty. You need to take care of yourself.
Damn, you need some
Jeez.
lotion.
You need some
moisturizer.
You need some lotion.
And as you're reaching through, the tears starting to kind of run down your face, being just within a foot inches away, thinking to yourself about this place, all these kind of memories flooding back to you, seeing this woman you haven't seen for years, and kind of thinking back from what you've seen so far coming into this space and what this space truly is. You do recall when it clicks that this was in fact some type of experimental magic chamber that you and your long thought to be lost wife were working on some type of chronergy or dunamantic magic. There was some sort of accident that had kind of erupted from this central point to where it had kind of thrown you back in a way and kind of locked her within this stasis. You still can't pinpoint what it is that's missing, because you recall you personally have set out to try to find this missing piece, being this new school or invented magic. And something that kind of starts to ring with you as like the moments of doubt and guilt start to kind of weigh heavier on you than even this kind of time, force, and pressure were one of the last words that kind of rung out from the Arcana Loth, that you aren't ready, and you don't have the power needed.
I'm going to.
Yeah, it's me with a
Could I-
keyboard.
Playing the
Playing your
chords.
guitar. Yeah.
So,
Like
can I
80
activate the
stick
cape or the cloak if it's on someone else?
The guitar.
You can, with Dimension Door, you can take another willing person.
Yes, you can take another one person with you.
I don't think that's what he's trying to do, guys, but
Oh.
it might be.
Ooh, shit.
Say cave the mountebank, dimensional
Look it up.
door.
While wearing the cape, you can cast Dimension Door as a spell. When you disappear, you leave behind, so it acts and just
You'll leave
uses
behind
Dimension
everything.
Door
You'll never go
specifically. So you teleport yourself from your current location and arrive in your spot desired, and you can pull through one other willing creature your size or smaller.
That's within 5 feet of you.
Oof. People who are asleep can't give consent. But she might not be.
Yeah, I want
She's a
to.
pretender.
She might be able to hear it or something like that. Be like, come with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna call out to her and say, if you can hear me, please come to me. And then I'm gonna push a little more, and I'm gonna try to activate the, well, fuck. I don't have to actually be touching her?
Nope,
Do
you
I-
just have to be within 5 feet of her.
Do I think that would even work?
Creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell. Is there anything that, I've seen, there would have to be some type of physical touch there. Otherwise, it's not just going to suck in whoever is willing that's nearby.
Do I think that I'll die probably if I push too far?
You, from what you've experienced so far, not necessarily an instant death, but kind of understanding what's going on right now, breaching in too close will probably begin to rapidly age and have years stripped or ripped off of whatever passes through this final threshold.
I want to try to put the cloak on her.
You can try. And activate it like simultaneously, or
Yeah.
just get the cloak on her?
Like that. It's gonna
What do I think she's conscious?
From being this close and looking, again, through kind of the blurred, kind of glitch-like, her eyes have been open, but there has not been any, cognitive movement, and even, the draped kind of fallen hair down her face hasn't seemed to move. It looks as if to where you guys and your party and looking at everything else have, had sped up time or slowed time. It looks like she is just locked, frozen in time. This middle-aged, still younger, fair skin. Probably for gnomish years, the mid-80s, but still for that's 30, 40s in humans. So fairly still younger.
Yeah,
From
I'm
the time
gonna.
before. But
Actually,
you would know, with the cape, that it has to be, actively activated.
Okay, well then, to help myself, to beef myself up, I'm gonna use the Hollow Moon pack more, and turn into a werewolf.
I like imagining you use ours as just a tiny little.
I'm trying to use everything I have. I don't have much more.
I know, I've given you everything I can possibly give you, so
Not head.
wait till you get out.
We didn't think of that.
That's the water.
Let me pull that up and just
That's for
double check
expert
it's been a
level.
minute.
I like a tiny thing.
What's it called?
Expert
They're 5 feet
level.
tall.
Bardic
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Like
Level
real
20 Bardic Inspiration is just giving the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay, so you are activating the full move Bloodlust
They have
Right.
okay constitution.
to transform.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just think it's-
man.
I don't know what that is.
Parker, I don't think you've ever noticed this before.
It's my horn impression.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This is my horn.
Yeah, to hopefully give me strength to
I
be able to.
werewolves are kind of
Into it.
strong.
They're kind of strong.
Is this new?
Okay,
Fuck.
so
Fuck.
if I'm getting this right, you're activating your werewolf.
And I'm just gonna continue on.
You're gonna just continue on. Okay,
Make sin.
so
Sad.
Make sin.
with blowing through the horn, you feel, your muscles kind of tense. You gain a few inches. Really weird from seeing right behind as all of a sudden this gray and brown fur starts to like form out of him. And you feel like the fur and the muscles kind of stretch through your hand as they almost like instantly evaporate away from your claw now.
Anime gasp and be like, White Fang?
Yeah.
Like the big gray guy
Oh.
and stuff.
Do I feel like
Oh,
You
configured
feel-
and stuff?
You feel a little bit more strength willed up into your body as you take on this form.
You're
Oh.
really anime.
At this point, I don't care what the Arcana said.
Also,
Don't give a shit.
Does he
I'm
take
right here.
healing from the healing spirit?
Yes. Go ahead and roll for that.
Give me a second. I forgot what to roll.
I don't care what the Arcana said.
You're gonna blind
but-
yourself, friend.
Where
Oh,
am I?
You got a mate or
So
Men in
1d6.
Yeah, I forget what those things are called.
Wendy.
Hails, do I add my spellcasting?
From Megamind, the Forget Me Stick.
You get the fart
until the
machine.
spell ends, whenever a creature you see moves into the spirit space or starts
I
to
said
turn there,
dark
you can
gun,
use the
not
spirit to
fart
restore
gun.
1d6 hit points to that creature and no action required. Just 1d6.
Yeah.
5.
So you heal
Alright.
5.
Thank you.
As you push through, still being closer, more kind of recently invigorated in your gnomish werewolf form. Go ahead and do a strength check with disadvantage, but use a +3 modifier for the werewolf form.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
Plus
can-
3.
Yeah, okay.
19.
I can roll shift it.
Very well done, Mr.
I have
Werewolf.
1 luck point.
I wanna, so wait, just looking at it, he's like, holy shit, he's a dog.
Whoa, he's a chihuahua now!
You're like, you see this were corgi.
You're
Holy
like,
shit.
you're like, bark, bark.
A wolf.
You push forward another few inches and close the gap to where it's just about 3 inches shy,
I donate my penis.
cresting through this new threshold.
You die.
Taking 14 points of force damage, as now down half of your forearm is now just exposed bone and tissue.
I have
You're gonna be walking around with just a bony arm for the rest
negative
of the
1 hit points.
Okay.
So,
So, as you reached up in your last effort there,
crying the whole time. Werewolf tears.
crying down his face, you feel Fugaku with you right there. In May, you're pretty much standing next, getting ready to grip onto this thing next to him. You feel Uzaris kind of fall back, limp, within your arms, as you're already there, kind of like shift to like underarm carry him.
Can I do something? So,
Do I see that happening?
I had him.
You're right there next to him, like you're sitting there like pushing as he's kind of falling back into
I had
Fugaku's
him like
arm
this,
as you
right?
were a few steps in front of Fugaku.
Did I turn
And
back
then
into a
can
gnome?
And then can I
me
do
double check that.
anything?
You just died.
Yeah, well,
Like,
on
do
your
I
turn.
get a
You're like,
reaction?
man, I'm stuck like this in the afterlife.
There's lots of stuff.
It's like, man,
I
I
know,
know
big
big.
deal.
I don't get a reaction thing.
So hold on.
Floating dog.
I know what I'm
Where you
gonna
going?
do.
Pull your pants up. Thug life.
So, understanding that you just got
Yes,
back.
acts has the same effects as polymorph. So as soon as you go unconscious, you feel the kind of fur revert back into the old gnomish figure with the almost skeletal looking forearms.
So, as my action, I'm going to, with him like actively like, he's kind of, it's like a slow-mo fall of it, isn't it?
Okay.
I'm going to shift my hand to the cloak.
Okay.
I will activate it.
Okay.
With Uzaris in my arms at -1 hit point.
Okay.
And I'd like to think, because you can like picture with Dimension Door, right?
Yeah, like you visualize where you are.
Either that or like, it's either like you've been there before or you can be like 300 feet this way, right?
If you can see it or describe it.
Okay, then I describe
a very nice place.
Where
a
I
very
was
happy,
sitting
nice
before
place
I
where
ran.
Uzaris is alive.
So
Yeah.
just
Get to the entrance. Okay.
And then that is my action. I'm gonna do something else as a bonus.
Send you to Valhalla.
Okay, so you just like a smolder of flame and smoke.
Oh no, I already did it. I was gonna yell something.
Evaporate into the air around you as you appear next to Gundrix and Afarian. And May, for you, as you kind of look over your shoulder, you see Fugaku's kind of arm shift, wrap around Uzaris in this cloak, and just smolder away.
And Eldritch
What?
Blast comes and just drills my
As a
I fucking died.
no, it's like boom.
Headshot.
Wait, the part
Yeah,
that's
we
like the
still haven't
picture I
seen that
showed
thing
you
come
of
back
the
around
button.
yet. Oh no. Me when I turned
No,
that, I
Eldritch
hope
Blast
that
comes out of fucking
As
nowhere.
my
As yes, this
20 minutes
Eldritch Force Blast
What?
comes going towards the central astrolabe there around one of the exterior rings, and at the last second diverts down and May glances off of your shoulder.
Michael, as my bonus.
I knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah, you're a cunt.
Yes!
That's not the goal,
That's
bitch.
really funny.
That is hilarious.
That it went through
You
so
know
much
what I
time
wanna
and
do.
still hit him.
Yeah, you still
It went through so many, so much
for
time and
that.
space and still hit you in the fucking.
And
You're a
I'm gonna,
dickhead.
Gundrix's hatred
I'm
demanded.
gonna, while doing
It
this,
extends time and
almost
space.
have him
It's not
in
Gundrix
like
was
a
like, that wasn't the
baby-type
plan, but
position
I guess it is
when he
now.
wakes
You
up.
failed
I
task
can
successfully.
comfort him.
You're about to beat the shit out of you.
You get healed 14.
Alright.
So Uzaris, you feel yourself come to consciousness again, and you begin to kind of wildly look around for a second. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
He starts going bananas.
Can I assist
He doesn't
him at
know
all
what
on this?
timeline he's in.
No,
8.
8.
Yep, be gone. He's crazy.
Because he died to the
Certified
fucking
loony
time.
bin.
It's strange. You remember walking into this chamber, but you're not sure what happened to get you here.
Right now, okay. To help you use Aris.
I mean, I remember, like, everything beforehand, right?
Everything beforehand, but not while in this chamber.
I'm like holding you like a child,
I
right?
say, my hand hurts. And I look at my... What happened?
You can see about halfway down
And-
your forearm, just all these exposed
Yeah, I'm just, like,
tendons,
gripping my
almost this
hand in
trembling.
pain, like,
I want to I immediately just rip off a piece of like my bottom of my shirt and just start wrapping his arm.
Aris, do you,
I'm just
Are
not
you
even
okay?
sure what I'm
Where are
gonna
we?
do. I'm like halfway like.
I'm, like, looking around the chamber, like,
do you not use Aris? Is everything okay?
well, not my
You take 9
hand.
points of force damage, still being up within this
4 more points?
9.
Nine.
Where's May?
9.
force.
Shit, bro.
Zaris, we had all attempted to help you get to the center of that.
You know, look over at the...
And you see this giant construct of this spinning astrolabe.
You had succumbed. And I'm like heavily breathing. I'm like panting.
So
With my eyes
you
like
don't
sausage.
remembering that was the piece, and
You
he hadn't
put
told
me down.
anybody, so nobody else knows.
Is everything alright?
Holy oh my god.
Yes. Gundrix had saved your life.
Thank you, Gundrix.
I want to hand your cloak back to you.
I'll just take it and I'll put it on and be like,
Yeah, I'm looking for May. Where's May, though?
You see May and Sayrul just off on kind of the opposite side of the room,
They're
just kind of still in this
they're still at the heart
frozen
of that, Zaris.
pose.
So, do I still recall what this room was, or did I forget? I guess I forgot that.
It's fractured. There's vague memories, or I mean, just relivings of kind of scratching your head now, kind of looking at this from the doorway and looking at all this is, and kind of starting to slowly piece this together, but the figure in the center is still kind of absent-minded to you.
Can I explain everything that had happened?
Did he
Or do
say
you
that
want me
he
to,
has no
like-
memory?
He just,
I just
I would like
he's
to-
a bit amnesia. He is a bit of
Real quick
amnesia,
before we
like,
just
you.
get into that, Cyril, May, you guys are still kind of in this other portion in this
think
chamber
this will
while the
help?
rest of your party is all kind of gathered into the hallway.
I think I'm still
Yeah,
going
make
to
a statement
try
though.
and
You
grab
can't
on
give me
just
10,
to
but I think it was, like,
see
bizarre.
if it
Roll
would
your-
help.
I'm
roll
not
your strength.
sure.
First time knocking.
Because if it would
conscious.
help,
I'm not
and we
sure.
could just
I don't.
walk
I'm gonna
through
give it a
this
try.
and see what's going on.
Still with advantage with
21.
your...
I think
Oh.
it's definitely has something
Hey,
to
Bear,
do with
can you grab
explaining
me a
like why he
mountain?
doesn't remember anything from
Thank you.
before.
23.
23. Okay.
I'd just
Oh
be
my
like,
God. That kind of makes sense.
I guess I'm gonna try and walk out, but also move my healing.
Because it
thing
said that he
to
got, you know what I mean?
You begin to start to
Yeah.
flutter your
Yeah.
healing
Oh my
back
God.
over and start making your way back out and around, and for anybody that's kind of standing there still kind of huddled around, Uzar is still kind of heavily panting. Cicero will begin to start kind of like popping in these other spaces as they're making their way back.
I want to explain like the nature of everything to the best of my ability of this,
Okay.
and as well, Fugaki's gonna try to piece together that is like an important figure in your life, because or like to you.
are you
because why
still
else
like
would you?
crying?
And I'm
Is
gonna
there,
let
I
me
mean,
know.
not now, because I
No, I mean,
forgot.
There,
are
there'll
there,
probably
like,
still be kind of
tears?
like the
Like-
swollen, puffy eyes.
I'm gonna let him
Tears
know
down
that
his cheek.
he
Oh my God.
he was willing to die to get to that person.
Yeah.
You
That's gonna be big.
making your final reach, take 11 points of force damage, and pushing forward again, and you can feel that kind of burning and singeing through the tips of your fingertips as they start to kind of, you can feel
But
kind
do
of
I
like,
get to?
you don't seem to make it yet.
We need to get May out of there.
I would like to try and cast.
Fireball at me again?
I would like to cast
No,
the
I'm gonna try and cast
She
remove
can't
curse
dodge it.
on
She can't
Zara.
dodge it.
Oh,
To maybe if he was cursed by the
I wish
time or
May
if the
was
time
dead.
curse, maybe
I
it's
don't know.
worth
Kill
my
I
time.
don't know. It's worth a try.
You
We thought Uzars was
Reach
gonna
down.
die. It's been
Can I
dead
use
all
my pearl
along.
power?
This is
Yeah, I'll
May's
just
dead
use-
I don't
scene.
have a backup.
you reach down and extend your
Everyone
remove
else has a
curse.
backup character but
It's
me.
just you go to the next
Uzars
one.
are
Alright,
feeling
June now. I'm June. Same personality.
You feel like your spell was
June.
successful, but you don't feel it.
It's worth a try.
I just move up once.
I'm like half panicked because if I kind of know what's going on with my like looking at my hand
And seeing May that
and then
close.
seeing May, I don't. Yeah, I don't. We need to get May. And Sayrul's already on his way back.
Yeah,
right?
you see May through this kind of weird shape, and even kind of figuring and talking this out, you see the kind of spectral, familiar healing spirit of Snookums kind of fly and
Okay.
start hovering above you.
I want to start beelining back towards the Arcana Loft room.
Okay, you start
Um,
chucking your way down that way, kind of.
You're like, Mr.
Stand
Arcana,
up.
sir.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were right.
yeah.
Help.
would it be too
Can you?
metagamey
You?
to be like, no matter how hard we tried, we just couldn't approach it?
It's up to you guys.
As I'm running away, I'm like, as I'm running away, I'll say, I'm gonna get May out of here. Out of there.
As he does
Oh, he's
that,
running
I
out of
throw
the
a stick of
Fugaku,
TNT
stop
into the
him!
room.
I'll get the
and blow
bitch!
May up.
And I'd like to.
I'll get the bitch.
Run
you,
it.
you go.
Okay, so
I pull out a
Gundrix
stick of
disappears
TNT,
within to the chamber.
so-
You're hobbling back to.
Instead of stopping,
Gundry.
I'm like, I'm
Gunner,
going to
you're
assist
just
him in
not
running
trying.
back.
Gunner,
He is
this is
much
really
smarter than I am.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're running with.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him
Zars.
up and run my 45 feet of movement instead of his like
Oh.
25.
Okay.
If I would have saw that, I would just given up. Just like, I'm not gonna
Bro,
catch
you're
up.
gone.
Fuck this.
You-
I'm
You're
out.
gone.
Let's
Oh.
say you.
Well,
you,
if I see
you
them
ste-
running past me, I'm just gonna
You
give
stepped
up.
into that kind of first
Wait,
void.
you're running
and-
into the Arcana Loft room, not the.
Right, but he's running in to try to stop May.
Yeah.
Yes.
So would he
Yes.
still see us?
No. So, but what you do see is Sayro
Gunner-
beginning to kind
Gunner
of
tries to
jump
run
within
in.
this same kind of like time
He
weave,
isn't strong
and
enough.
you guys pass each other, or
When I go to pass Sayro, I'd be like, Sayro, go back.
We saved
Cyril, go back. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I don't know.
I just think it's funny.
We saved Uzaris. Go back.
Go
Which
back.
way are you going?
I'm saving the bitch.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Which back are you intending for Sayward to go?
Yeah.
Back like
To
toward
May?
here. No, the Arcana.
Well, that's where.
Okay, my
he's
bad.
already heading.
All right,
He
my
was
bad.
already leaving May and coming back to the hallway with you guys.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
like.
so, hey, yeah, I'm just going to go get May.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
So you start your journey into the room. May, while they're making the way up,
Evil
speedy
Eye
as they
Switch is
can,
here. Sorry.
Evil Eye Switch. Gang.
are you continuing to push
Yeah, I
forward?
am. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I'm like this is like I'm gonna try and stop this to see if
Damn it.
we can do
Make a
anything.
strength check for me, but just a straight roll, because with you being now within this space for so long and this close, it would be disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
But with your advantage, straight roll.
It would just be okay. That's cool.
Cancel us out.
18.
18. Okay. You take 13 points of force
Okay.
damage.
Am I any closer? Excuse
You're
me.
able to get closer as this kind of the most outer, that full shell, as it kind of makes its full circle. You're able to press and get your hands gripped on that slow kind of moving ring.
Okay.
As your force against it, you just begin to kind of slide
Oh my god.
with the rotation.
Use the momentum.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Uzaris
Is it
guide
still my
me
turn,
in my
like-
picking.
Make
Can I
another
try and, like-
strength check, just one more for me.
Fuck, I was gonna yell something, but I already stated my
16.
action and did it.
16. You dig your heels and toes into the ground here and push with the surge of might, and it doesn't seem to be slowing at all, and you're still just kind of now sliding against it.
Only a certain rod.
Yeah.
guys-
Oh, I got
You
it.
cunt. Where's the
Pain.
rod?
So much.
You
Fuck
guys,
you,
I-
and fuck
He already-
you.
Are you like kid carrying, princess carry, like fireman carry? How are you
Um,
carrying yours?
Probably just gonna
Shoulder carry.
onto my shoulders where it's just like sitting down so he can guide
Okay.
where I'm walking.
So you're sprinting through and you like crest through
Scoop
the
'em
end
up.
of the hallway there within the Arcanoloth chamber.
Where are we going?
Okay, I'm calling out. Do I see the Arcana lot?
Still
I'm
just
gonna say,
chilling.
you know, like I'm still kind of like in a panic. I'm gonna say, please, sir, bring them all back in here. I'll give you more information. I don't care. Just bring everyone in here.
How much information are you
Anything you want to know.
He's like, I need a long
He's
rest
Now.
first.
He's like,
Do it
your
now.
He's like, take my shoes off.
Roll persuasion. Okay.
This
Holy
bitch.
shit.
That sounded cool as shit.
No.
That would've been so cool with the.
I tried to warn you. You were on your own.
Wow.
I'm about
Fuck
to
that guy.
Are you bound here?
Of course not. I am free to go where I please.
Okay.
I was only asked and given this
I'm still
plethora of information to guard this door.
Hey, look at this, my pee-pee.
I tried to warn
Look
you.
at this guy.
This
I'm
cunt.
fresh. Look at this.
It looks like you managed to push farther than I expected you could. Looking at your kind of exposed, wrapped hand now.
Do you know who I am?
Well, of course, you introduced yourself to me.
Who I was?
Possibly.
Essence. What I was capable of.
There was a time.
So, do I think that I'm gonna say, fuck.
Nothing else.
Cast suggestion on him.
Yeah.
I suggest
You
roll
can
me.
certainly try.
Yeah. He's just gonna choose to succeed.
So. Oh my god. I don't know.
You seem conflicted, friend.
I just want help. I want your help. You can have it all. All the information in the tower.
I already have access to all the information in the tower. And now I have a piece of what was discovered to fulfill and learn more upon that.
Could take one of the pillows hostage. Listen here.
Listen here, I will shit on this pillow.
I already shit on your pillows, fucking idiot.
Then I'll just
tell you which
look
one I shit
to
under.
Fugaku and I'll just say, bring us back. Bring us back.
I bring us back.
I'll be waiting. As you guys start to ascend down the hallway again.
The fastest Uzars has ever moved.
Gundrix, as you're starting to full run dash, Nefarian, you still just kind of watching as now Gundrix. You've seen every one of your party member just do this kind of weird shifting throughout the room to where there's moments to where they're frozen, and then they're just gone. And then they appear on the other room like in a blur, lightning fast, sprinting across the room. You find yourself, Gundrix, at the backside of May, about 5 or 6 feet away, as you've now finally approached.
That was quick. Especially in
If time is sped up here, my egg.
Are you gonna stay?
I
As
might.
Gundrix steps forward and just ponders.
Yes, dickhead.
Let the egg hatch in the tink, and then the egg's gonna get too close to
See, I can't get that close.
Yeah,
but I figure
you're
by the time,
literally Icarus right now.
by the time you got that
Fall of
close, you were aging so fast that the actual flesh and like skin was just peeling away, and so I
Right.
figured a little farther away than that, like before I take damage.
You're looking like soft boiled.
My hand's
Exactly.
like me.
Yeah,
like
just
before that. I mean,
bare
at
flesh
most
paw.
you'd be aging
just
like,
like
a
a
week
young-
or two, right?
I
And not crazy
listen,
years. Like
listen.
you were.
I'm not. I've not gone in the
You
room. I
were
don't
still
know.
behind
Don't ask
holding,
me.
so
I'm not an
only
expert.
a couple paws up, not full palm.
Yeah.
May!
No, I'm gonna write that one.
Yeah.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
okay.
6 feet behind you.
We saved Uzaris. Let's go back.
Can I?
You can respond.
Oh, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try and make it so that maybe he can actually reach this thing.
This is magic. I don't think we'll be
And,
able to brute
as
force
she's
through.
shouting that, you see her like full planted against this thing, just
Hey, this is magic. I don't think
That
we'll
looked really
go
good
through.
from
I
here,
don't
by
think
the way.
magic
Sure,
can.
man.
Yeah, you
Roll
couldn't
it,
see the
Jared.
bottom. It was just.
Man.
Oh, that's good.
Let's
I
go
like
back
it.
and think this
Two
through.
things. One, I just imagine you doing this in defiance of Gundrix.
Yeah.
You're like,
Fuck you.
Fuck you, y'all just
And
blast
second-
me.
and second,
What are you doing?
just be like,
I'm gonna try like one more time to try and like.
be like,
Stop
Gundrix,
this
use
shit.
your rod.
straight strength roll, please.
Oh.
No.
You said you should
Hey,
go though.
Gundrix, yeah, let's use your rod.
Oh yeah, it's a great idea.
Fuck with that slog, man.
I wanted to leave it.
Kinda natural. Plus 4.
Oh.
So 24 total.
I wanted to leave that
Nice.
goddamn slot, but some people
So-
reported we gotta save the frog.
And then as soon as
feel
you got
yourself-
past it, you were like,
As you were sliding in for a
This is
second,
as good as I can.
stop.
fucking
Thing.
As your foot had kind of caught a loose piece of stone, and for a brief moment you think from your momentum stopping, you've stopped it,
Exactly.
and then with your foot caught, the upper part of your body still just
No.
slowly pulling
Core
and
strength.
turning.
Core strength.
I don't work on core.
I forgot leg day.
As again, staying up there.
Yeah.
Make those fucking die, dude.
I'm not.
I'm not.
You know that. You know that TikTok
Jeez.
site.
You only have 20.
16 points of force damage.
You're healing.
As
oh, okay, never
both hands
mind.
now
You're healing yourself.
to about halfway down your palm have like you can feel inside your gauntlets just almost this scraping of bare bone
Can we
against
Can
metal
we be an
and
evil
padding.
party after this? Just like all little skilly boys.
Yeah. Just like
We're
hawk people.
maniacal.
I just have like,
Yeah. Gunner's like,
You
I
said
just have like a naked paw.
I just
Yeah.
you bring Uzaris back and you have Afarian and Sayrul sitting in the
Just like
kind of central entryway to this hallway. Afarian, probably still Binocular Boy.
Yep.
As you
I'm on
can
the
kind of see that still kind of
BB.
image. Gundrik's kind of like in a yelling frozen motion as May's just kind of stuck holding her position there.
I'm just gonna relay because I've been like watching this whole thing go down to them.
Farian starts giving like a
Yeah,
side by
yeah,
side.
who-
So
yeah.
voice
He's like-
this and then.
He's like, it's like a football, like.
Gundrik's
But
this,
you've made
maybe
it
She's
back.
got Gundrix by the
The
balls,
rest of
so
your-
she's
This
got
is
it.
me to use
She's
ours.
got
He
it.
is ripping.
These are
Testicular
She
torsion
is
hit.
at play here today,
And
folks.
this is me towards May.
I have a question. How far down is May's armor rusted?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that was a dumb question. I don't think
Like, it
so.
doesn't matter, but it's just out of
Actually, I
curiosity.
don't think
Right
your
now,
character would say
with her staying up in there
Does
and
it
it
really
taking
sound
kind
like
of the
you're-
brunt of
is
everything
that
for
Gundrix?
about elbow.
Okay.
Is that good?
Oh shit. Okay.
And again, it's not like full just copper, just kind of like how like a car rust and kind of
Yeah, yeah.
spots and flakes.
Like
That's
just
what
the
you
surface rust doesn't pop up.
Right.
Or a
Is it
flash
my-
rust. Yeah, I totally got you.
So you set Uzar's down and you're sprinting back in.
Uzars just sits down,
Uzar sits,
sits on the ground.
kind of
I'm
start
gonna,
taking
I'm
in
gonna, I'm
everything
gonna sit.
there.
I'm like still watching.
There
Like,
we
I
go.
only have one now.
What
Like
were those noises?
this kind of
What's it
thing,
called
and I'm
then?
like patting Uzaris
Oh,
on the back.
look at
like,
that.
big
Sarah doesn't
It's
speak
gonna be
broke.
okay, buddy. We're
Big
gonna figure
noises
it out.
of stuff hitting the ground.
Okay.
It was like
Sarah, are you doing anything as the rest
My
of your
one
party is kind of
monocle.
reconvened? Fugaku's jumped back into this kind of odd chamber and disappeared.
She's out of it though.
No, she's.
May is
she's
still
right
like
up
in the
next to it.
thick of it, trying to stop this spinning contraption.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
have.
I put my healing spirit on top of his head,
Little spectral kind of celestial.
and then I walk over
Snookums.
and I like crouch in front of you, and I'm like,
Are you okay?
that was very scary.
Uzars is literally.
Are you like
just
weirdly
crying.
close to him right now?
Yeah. Like,
Uzars is just
I'm
sitting
gonna
there
be like,
crying.
hey, Sam,
Oh
maybe
my god.
just give him a little bit of space, just a little bit.
You're crying.
Yeah, that's better. I like that.
Uzars is
Yeah.
just kind of
Crying.
zoned out. You can see his eyes and pupils not really even focusing on anything, just looking into the distance.
I wrap a wing around him, like,
You're
You
one
don't
way.
wing
yeah.
You wrap a wing around him.
You brought the wing.
I position myself so that I can actually wrap my wing around him. So like, imagine it's like this wing. I'm like,
Perfect.
Do
You
you
got
know
that
what's
round chair?
happening?
Oh, it folds.
I can carry it down for you.
Well, Gundrix, it's back to you. As you're shouting, May confidently retorted that, no, I can do this! And
I can do
as
this shit,
this thing
dickhead.
just still
I'm gonna
keeps
take my
fooling.
arm out and get as close as I can without taking damage. Like
Not sure
before I
where
start,
that expression-
before I start really pushing me hard back.
I wanted
So
to,
you
but I can't
start
get
walking
her.
forward to where you're still probably a good 3 feet back from May, where you can start feeling the resistance without pushing too much forward.
Then I'm gonna hold on there and I'm gonna say, May, we have him. Come back. Let's think about this as a party, as a group.
I'm amazing. Oh my fucking god.
Fucking hate Gundrix.
She's gonna like stop and like, oh my god.
Oh shit.
Fucking
just love the
walk
sound.
back.
I imagine they
Sounds
walk
nice.
just like this,
Like
just like that.
8 more points of force damage as you're entering
Okay.
or exiting that kind of last threshold.
Damn. Okay. I'm good. I'm still good.
As you and Gundrix now start making your way back.
I'm gonna hold off there for a minute and just watch my eggs, see if it does anything.
Okay. Make a
Can I
perception
You
fucking
watch the
push-
egg's entire life, and you
push-
watch it grow
no.
old and die in front of you in a matter of seconds.
I would be crushed. Gundrix would probably off himself, I'm not gonna lie.
Gundrix
I mean,
just jumps into the
That's
sky.
cocked.
That is very cocked.
It's like on a point.
I know, it's this thing.
Hey, I was in the maker, don't complain.
I know,
to me.
I love it, but it's just.
Kyrie, stupid roll.
Jesus, this is a terrible gift.
You know what you could probably do? You could probably
Take
fill
resin?
like a quarter of inch
That's
of
a good
resin and
idea.
get a perfectly flat surface and not lose any of the detail and artwork.
That's a good idea. I got a 13.
is she still listening?
So,
Oh no.
5 people.
Yeah.
I'm
might
looking
try
at it.
that.
What?
There's 5
And-
people.
If Kyrie's out there, this gift
There
is
was
amazing.
six.
you don't
Perfect.
see any direct change. You kind of, as you're looking
What?
at it, kind of look through your stuff. You don't see
That's
anything
cool.
deteriorating or wrinkling.
4 of them are me.
Could be working.
Probably have to
I'm
get
gonna try
like
something. Do I have any
5
rations
fat people
on
in
me?
my life. You're
Like a
horrible.
piece of bread or something?
Like
any food that
May's
goes
usually,
bad.
May's usually the one that carries all the rations for the group.
I,
Let me check what I
It's
have.
like how
If they're all
or how
eaten.
girls-
And I would say most of your guys' rations you guys left in the wagon.
Oh,
I don't think you guys have been carrying provisions like on yourselves.
Yeah, I don't think so.
well, no, because we didn't think we were gonna be in here for long.
Nope. You guys all
You're
just
only
jumped
4.
in with your people.
Yeah, that's really true though.
Well,
I'm not doing anything to help. I'm depressed.
does ink dry? Like, would
Ink is
Gundrix know that ink dries?
I mean, you've written stuff.
Yeah, you've
I mean,
read things.
you can write
Made
stuff
ink.
and
Would
not
Gundrix
Like,
be aware of
liquid,
simple
liquid,
function?
like,
as a,
still pretty,
as a,
like,
as a competent explorer.
like, that much, just, like,
Like a
splashing
glob?
it. Would I know, like, how fast that usually dries? Like, it takes a few minutes or whatever?
Are you proficient with calligraphy?
I don't know, I just have a bunch of stuff.
That's like the one
Look
thing
at
I'm
look at your
proficient in,
tools of
so I'm just
proficiency.
It's gonna be my next character.
Because
My
if
next-
not,
my next character
I
is
wouldn't
gonna be
say
like, I don't
you're
know who I
well
am.
trained enough to know and understand the ink drying times.
Where do I find that? Just out of curiosity.
Evil Ice Witch is proficiencies.
I know.
Evil Eye Switch?
I told you that.
Like, I
already.
genuinely... Here,
Bottom
Dave.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not. Just
Okay.
thieves' tools and dragon chests.
Yeah, so you know, I mean, people write with it. It dries on the paper. If it's 2 seconds, 1 second, how to count that and judge it? You got nothing.
Gunners are not a count.
Well, I'm gonna wait here just a few more
Could've had
minutes.
some more, like,
So eventually, in your depressed state, you sprinting forward, you end up kind of bumping into one of these kind of weird shifts, bumping into May coming towards you.
Oh my god. As I
Kind
see
of-
May,
Heavily breathing. You can see
Alright.
kind of
Oh,
the
May
rust
is-
spots like
Like my
up
collar.
upon her plate
Gotcha.
mail.
I'm
seeing her
fucking
heavily breathing,
or like,
the rust, I'm gonna give her a pat on the back as she walks past me. I'm gonna be, you know what I want to do.
Okay, go
You
ahead
know
and
what I
roll
would
for
like
what
to
you
do.
want to do. As an action or as a key?
As an action.
Okay.
I'm not spending a key point. I have one
I'm
left.
not spending a key
I have
point on
one
me.
left.
Yeah, fuck me.
I have
I'm spending
one
a key
left.
point on her.
Man, you get healed for 8.
Oh, appreciate that.
Like,
I now
I would
have.
like to make time space my favorite foe, and I would like to attack time space.
I'd like to make
Dormammu.
my
I've
favorite
come to
foe.
bargain.
Just time space.
So you're
Oh,
just
what is
hanging
that
out.
from?
Yeah, pretty
Doctor
much.
Strange.
You guys start making your way, or are
I'm
you
probably seeing that May's here and May was the one like touching it. I'm gonna turn around.
So you guys
Yeah,
begin
fuck
making your
them.
way to your party.
Exactly.
I'm gonna talk about how happy I am that May's alive.
After
And then I
a
had
few
to save his
moments
arms, and I didn't want that
of
happening.
being depressed,
Like, I'm just-
staring off into the distance, seeing your companions kind of start their awkward, poofing journey back, you still see Gundrix just kind of looking down either at the floor or something.
I would
Just
look
standing
very
in a
excited. I would be like,
So would anybody wait? So wait, is anybody who was in
Yeah,
there
like-
with Gundrix just not come out?
Champ.
exactly
May
like,
and Fugaku. So Gundrix is the only one left in the chamber. All
And he
of
just
you
looks
else,
like he's standing
he's
still.
just standing there, just
So I'm gonna
being
say,
excited.
do you guys know what Gundrix is doing in there? Like I can't really tell.
Yeah, you guys are in the hallway with
How
everybody
bad
else.
are my hands again?
They
You
look
can-
pretty
you can
bad.
take off your gauntlets and try to like
Yeah.
look. So you
May asked
take
that
off
and
the
I looked
gauntlet,
at her.
and
I forgot you thought
you've
May
got
was a
like
construct
down
the whole time.
to the palm,
She
not
not?
completely exposed, just bone and tendon that had been like, kind of pressing and grinding against the internal plates
On both of my hands?
on both of your
Oh my
hands from
fucking
being
God.
full hands
What,
in.
here?
Up to like your finger
Okay.
bones, and you can see like up to about a quarter of the way on your
Can I-
forearm, like the first layer of skin and muscle.
Can I
kind
puke
of.
on May's hands?
That's disgusting. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I really want to. I want to see what. Where did my die go?
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap my hands
You
up
said saving
I don't
throw?
and then
you
give
don't
these
get
arms
infection,
like
you know.
a pat.
It hurts. that
roll a-
pressure on your hand, even.
Does she even have nerves in there, Michael?
No.
You start to kind of.
Because I'm guessing with like Uzar's, it was more just like
Phantom
bone
pain.
because of how long he was
Yep.
there, but hers was like
It's
tendon
more
and muscle
muscly and
gross.
tendon.
Like,
Yep. You start to retch.
choke down.
Choke
Mom,
that
I
back
say,
down.
I say, Mama, did raise no bitch?
I need to take some time.
Yeah.
Godric's,
Swallow it whole.
you're standing there for a while, just
Yep, I'm just gonna sit.
staring.
Yep.
That's how I
I'm
take
hoping
it.
it's day by day,
Big boy
maybe
tongue.
minute by minute. I don't know. I'm just excited to be there. It's the one time
He
you
starts
stuff. I'm
taking
like,
damage. It's spreading.
that's all.
Go ahead and watch. Roll another perception check for me.
Can I split the remaining charges on my
Be a 7.
2.
both of them?
Sure. So, you can either roll individually for them, or just do a straight roll for your. It'd be 4 more rounds. So.
I thought it has like 8 charges on it.
Let me double check it.
That's
8
bullshit.
charges.
Yeah.
They're just in there like,
Or
No
is it, like,
change,
1d8
but excited.
charges?
It's like colon capital D.
exactly.
1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay, so 8.
Okay, so yeah. So, 8. So it would be 6. So you can split 3 to 3.
I'm killing my body slowly
Gotcha.
tonight.
I can imagine you getting excited, Post Malone, and Clash with that concept.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like,
So yeah,
Really good.
bingo!
you're
that's
excited,
done.
waiting and watching.
All right.
Just don't see any like
That's
notable
okay.
change. So the rest
It's
of
in his
you
head. He's just running
kind of
with
still congregated
You
in
heal
the
for 5.
entranceway
Yes, sir.
there of this chamber.
it. You know.
Yuzar is still just blankly, kind of tears dried against his skin, eyes still swollen and puffy, just staring off into nothingness.
I'm gonna.
Can I use my little bean rock and do like a lesser restoration on him?
Sure.
Try to
to
fix
see if it
mental
does anything.
wounds. The trauma.
My Chewinga charm.
Yeah, Chwinga.
My Chewinga.
Because that's got 2
Lesser
scrolls left.
restorations, yeah.
So you expand and you see one of the scroll marks fade away to where you've only got the one left on your stone there, and Yuzarius, you feel a little warmth and comfort from it, but no real other direct changes.
I'm gonna sit down in front of Yuzarius and acknowledging that he's just staring emptily. Emptily? Is that a word?
Emptily?
Emptily?
Emptily. Sure.
They're not emptily. Emptily.
Emptily.
Empty Lee.
Like the action of being empty.
Like one named
Emptily.
Lionel who is empty.
Emptily?
Empty Lee.
Empty.
I think.
Empty. His eyes are empty and devoid of life. I'm gonna just. I probably can't do it. Fugaki be able to just be like,
Rather
we don't know who that person was. It was obviously important, but that person's still there. We will get them eventually. Like you just gotta keep pursuing onward.
Go ahead.
And kiss you.
I was gonna say, I've been wanting to do this.
I love
He's
this
just, he
guy.
doesn't even like blink, he's just still staring at the distance.
It's just like it's just like a cat lap on the cheek.
I want to curl up in
You
his
don't have
lap and
lips.
start purring on him.
Can I start swinging in Yuzarius' beard?
Go ahead. And I'll say roll a performance
I had
check
a tiny enough beard.
just to see how well Fugaku can convey
Oh my god, like
the
jog
image
his memory
and description of this woman to try to
can
help
I-
jog
can I-
whatever
with
this.
advantage.
I was gonna say, can I assist because
Can
like
I
I was
also
watching
help? Because
with
I
like
was,
my
like,
nat
right
Can
cam.
you
next
roll
to
like
her?
5 times and see what he gets?
I'll say with a combination of trying
'Cause, like,
to
I was, like, right
restore
there, no big
peace
deal.
within him, or the compatriots.
I definitely want to.
It's not multiple advantage.
Yeah, I know.
But you will have.
Well,
an
let's see.
Furaku is trying to
Let's keep
restore
rolling.
peace in his mental conflict. I just
So
rolled
you will
straight
get
roll.
a straight.
We're calling
roll.
this the good times because
I'm
we're
fine,
just gonna
bro. I'm
keep
exhausted.
Bro, I just
I
be
smell
knowing.
an at 20 though.
Yeah,
I was
it's
right
gonna
next
be
to
an
him.
sorry, I
actual
farted.
I smell 2 nat 20s.
Well, I smell fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Smell
convey that general
justice.
message of like advantage. I don't have it. I'm
He
exhausted.
has advantage, but exhausted, so he's
My mistake.
back down to a straight roll.
I've exuded so much energy today being exhausted.
You
I'm
might
like-
earn another exhaustion.
I'm like panting between words.
You know what? Thank you for saying that.
Dude, it's gonna be alright.
Okay.
We're gonna go get her.
That was a dad thing to do, blowing the dice. 13 plus 5.
Five.
Oh, in moving my paper to get it, I turned over to a 1. But it was a 13
Oh, you-
plus
you
It
5.
was
take
a
that up.
13.
No, it was a 13 plus
We can
5.
take the second one if you want this time.
You know what, Dane? It's
Such a
disadvantage,
dad.
dude, right?
So, Yuzars.
What?
with the words and the descriptions and the kind of events that have just transpired as you're still kind of sitting there clutching your arm and acknowledging the words that Fugaku isn't telling you, you can feel the pieces kind of click and understand, and realize by kind of going back to your experience and the pretty accurate description of the very familiar woman that seems to be trapped within this moment in time, and brief pieces and fragments of memories on some of the work that you were priorly kind of doing here in this area.
Alright, well, he's still kind of, Fugaku's like in his face, but he's kind of looking past him, like, at it, and he's like, you know, I could really go for a drink right about now.
I pour him a beer.
Me too.
Oh,
I do.
yeah.
I pour you a beer.
Fugaku pulls out one of his little travel mugs and slides over his alchemy jug and starts pouring.
I know. Are you a fan of beer or wine?
The Fey wine.
Yeah, Fey wine if you got some.
I just hand him
the
beer.
I take the beer and I stand up and I kind of walk a little bit closer, like just on the cusp.
Just on the cusp of, yeah, and you can kind of see just again this kind of odd like aura and ripples in various spaces surrounding, coming out in all directions.
I want to.
And that low kind of hum just.
I want to go up behind Yuzaris and just like as he's looking in, just like not say anything, but just like gently put my hand on his shoulder. Just kind of stand there and look with him.
In the root Gundrix
Yeah, Gundrix is still. You guys are sitting in this. You still do see this visage of just Gundrix staring there happily and excitedly.
Yeah, we're just like just staring at the end.
I wanna ask May, like in a whisper, so Yuzaris can focus.
Roll slide a hand check.
To whisper?
Okay. You gotta toss those words.
I guess.
You gotta be spitting rhymes.
So with disadvantage, it is a 21 and a 15.
Okay. You don't hear.
God, I hate you,
Slide of hand.
Is Gundrix alive?
I don't care. He's alive.
Just kind of.
Okay. Then I'm not worried.
I mean, we see Gundrix standing there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
if
he's being very
Farian's
still,
on my
that's
shoulder,
by his own choice.
Farian's got his hand on my shoulder. I'm kind of standing there, and I'm like,
"Oh, this is your shoulder now."
Okay,
that's your
shoulder.
Can you feel me? Can you feel me on you and inside of you?
Damn.
Yes.
And inside of you? Oh my god.
I'll say,
Fugaki's gonna interrupt that too, bro.
You know,
because it's a Katarina.
Every time.
You know, Farian, I can't remember her name. Still. I like look up.
I guess I look up and because I'm confused and I look. Oh, okay, yeah, and I look back down.
And you're like, it's Margaret.
I'm like, I want to say. She looks like a Pamela.
Is that what you're saying in his voice?
Yep. just mocking
In
him.
his voice?
Yes. No, I'm gonna say. So what? She just always been Snookums then?
To me. I remember there was an accident. Got her. Frozen child. Like she is now, and I vowed to get her back. We will. You know, that was the closest I've been to her in years.
No. That's kind of why. I'm gonna say it.
All I wanted was to touch her hand, feel her.
You will, Yuzaris.
One of us should really go get Gundrix.
He'll be fine.
Can you step in and tell him to come out? Just tell him I said his egg will disintegrate or something.
He's
It is
He threw a
disintegrated.
fireball at me, so I'm not really
Yeah, throw a fireball at
It's an
you.
Eldritch Blast.
May knows the difference about that one for sure.
I
Well,
wanna,
it's not
I
an
wanna,
arcane caster.
while I'm
Fair
standing
enough.
there talking to Uzaris, I wanna say, so, do you think that, this whole mechanism thing is something to do with your memory loss?
I believe so.
I don't remember.
As I've recalled to you, Zaris, you had succumbed to the force of this device. And when I brought you back, you didn't remember anything.
It seems to be some kind of time-altering magic. I don't know how to break it. Not right now. The Archangel, the demon that we talked to, was right. I'm not strong enough. She'll be here. What? You know, I don't think I've been completely honest with you. And I'll turn back to Afarian and say, I think I have a question for the Archangel that you might find pretty interesting. The answer. It will reveal a truth, I'm pretty sure, that no one here would expect. But
So,
seriously, someone should go get Gundrix.
It's like, so, was somebody getting
first?
I'm staying in there.
I'm
So,
not going to get you. I'm
I'm
last.
still-
Did both of you take your healing from?
Yeah.
Sable.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to double check that. Go stop them.
That sounded painful.
Scared me.
I hear the pitter patters toward the door.
That was the babies.
The babies are.
Oh, that
They're
was
playing
that
basketball.
was
No, that was just Evie sitting.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was Evie walking. Evie took a step.
So, we should go talk to the
She
Arcana
charged up her power.
Well, we should get Gundrix first, but yeah, afterwards.
I don't know if I want to step in there after see what happens.
Fugaki takes one of his fingers and touches his nose.
Oh, yep, I go.
Okay, I just step in.
No, no!
I
No!
just step in and I just
No!
I yelled to Gundrix when I walk in. Gundrix, we're leaving now. What?
There's a moment in pause before like the sound actually echoes back, and it about like the brief moment you would expect to like, shit,
Yeah.
can he not hear me? The words come to you, and
But we're in a tiny thing. Maybe it'll speed up my egg hatching.
Do I actually think that would work? Like, do I think that?
If you got really close.
You're like
Yeah.
cast it into the fire.
roll an intelligence.
If
check.
you swapped it in and out really fast, maybe.
Like Indiana
20.
Jones
No,
style, like it could. You don't know if it is as easy as and simple as
kinda like hold
where
it
it's
there.
at, how it is, how everything kind of shifts for the different areas. It could help mature it. It could completely scramble it
Yeah.
from the inside out.
I'm gonna say, Gundrix, you'll risk killing it. We must leave now until I understand more.
What? I want to make a beeline out of
Yeah.
there.
You see, I mean, from your guys' kind of viewpoints where Gundrix starts moving and just disappears.
I also
and-
want to throw it out there on a face throw from the pure fucking terror.
Yeah, just turn back around.
And as you guys are kind of conglomerated waiting on Gundrix to come back through all these different points to where he's frozen in the corner and he's kind of slow-mo jog and then a pitter-patter step like quick as lightning. What you also can kind of see, May and Fugaki, you pick up and notice from Seiro kind of being off in the corner that this kind of wood petrified growth coming out of their shoulder blade is now a good like 1.5 feet out of their shoulder blade with a small bushel of leaves towards the
Is there
top
an
of
apple?
Okay, then
You're
I want to recall.
Well, then I'm not interested.
I guess
I want to
sped up
recall
the
to
growth.
Sayrol. I want to recall to Sayrol. Sayrol, it appears you're growing a small tree.
Where?
On your back. It's grown. Feel it.
You.
It doesn't hurt, does it?
Can I cast speak to plants?
What the fuck?
Oh!
You can. So cool.
That's so big brain.
So wait,
Oh my
is
god,
that just you talking to yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally just talking to you.
It's my subconscious tree.
Sayrul's gonna
I'll
have
just
like
be
a crisis.
following
Sayrul's
Zara's
thing
when he
grew.
walks
Dude,
back.
that's really cool
Sayrul's, like,
though. If you have like
smoking,
a
like-
tree companion,
Yeah, well, that is
tell it to do
that
Sayrul's,
things
like,
for
speaks
you.
well for your
He's like
egg.
smoking like.
You wanna
cast-
take a look at
Can
this
I
stoner
speak?
tree?
You cast
In a second, yeah.
speak with plants.
That's really funny.
You're gonna be like, come.
Are you okay, Pure?
You hold on, let me just
That's my name.
do a check.
Michael's like, oh
He's
shit.
like, what personality did I give this fucking tree?
Yeah, let me check
Oh,
my.
that's Laura, a cool guy.
Let me check my character sheet for
Oi.
this fucking
I've been
tree.
asleep for a great while now, I have.
I think he's looking at speak with plants.
Would anybody like a drink while I'm up?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh,
do you
feel
need
a
to
bit
pee?
tight.
I do.
Taller I am.
Better on your back than on mine, eh?
But seriously though, does anyone
No.
want to
Anyway.
drink while I'm up?
So
I'm
you ask
Jimmy.
if it's okay up there, or how
Jimi
it goes?
Hendrix.
Yeah, like, are you
Wait,
good?
you don't sound what? I'm not.
Totally good.
I'm the white Jimi Hendrix.
What?
Wait,
part of
do
the
that
Beatles.
again. Do you mind? just
I
want
like
your
that
voice
voice.
for it.
What's the voice?
Dumb shy.
No, I like your voice.
I bet Michael's a shy pooper.
Are you going to hop off anytime soon, or is this a permanent thing?
I'm here to stay as long as you let me.
Babe.
I love this.
What are you?
I think it's flirting with me, guys.
What? Are
Well-
you speaking to your back right now?
He's already
Say, I want to sit next to Sayral, and
Is
I
he-
want to give Sayral the
Does he
sex
seem
talk.
like a cool guy?
The birds and the bees
Are you?
talk?
I'm gonna.
Can I detect good and evil?
Can I detect coolness?
Oh my god, that's pretty cool.
Swag.
Can I just take
You're like, you grew an evil tree who sounds like a stoner.
I'm gonna kill you.
whatever you
He's a
want,
libertine.
babe.
I'm gonna butt
He's a
off you, and I'm gonna kill the
Like
fuck.
he's a moderate. He's
Fucking strangle you.
moderate.
He's moderate.
I've never shot it that far before.
No.
Sure.
It just
I'm
stopped.
not picking that up.
Might be really small.
That's what he said.
I do not see
So you cast
There's
detect
some
good and
trees way
evil,
back there.
and you do not sense any aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, or fiend. Well, there is one fiend that blings up on your
Oh, it's the
radar,
thing, Yeah.
but it is a familiar little falcon.
Oh yeah. That's a
Hey, Sayrul,
Technically.
can I
isn't it-
touch your new friend?
It might be a different spell.
Just
but isn't
like
it,
little
you
pat
can
pat?
Look at
smell
the Hulk.
good.
I'm gonna start walking
I
with
would
these
prefer
Or you
artists.
can like
Nice.
hear good and smell evil.
I'm just gonna look at him like
I'm
this.
gonna start
No, that's
walking
a
with
paladin's.
these artists.
What's it called? You smell her.
I thought that's what.
If I water you, will you grow? How? Should I be worried about your development? Will you become too big?
I'm only here to replace what you're missing.
Let's go! It's a wing!
He's while you
Fugaki
were
says
gone,
that. No, he
Sayril
doesn't.
cast
In that
a
wing.
speak to plants.
You can talk to it.
So
You're my new little buddy.
so that's what he's saying right now. That was a good idea.
Oh, you mean like my wing? You're not doing a very good job.
Well,
He hops off and waddles away. He's like,
Steady
fuck you and your
grow
way.
is mature.
I'm thinking of divine
that.
It
sex.
takes time to grow into steps.
Ask him what his name is.
So if you grow into a wing, how will I fly? Or is it just for aesthetics?
By flapping. And as you kind of twitch and kind of move your shoulder, you seem to have some mobility within this branch.
I
You
do
have a
not-
living
I
wing.
think this is very
You have like your own
strange.
little Jarvis.
Yeah, you
That's
really do
amazing.
have your
I think this is very weird.
That's so cool. It's like a voice
I
inside.
didn't choose you, it was her.
Mother Nature.
You mean Melora? The Earth Goddess?
You mean my
No.
bitch? Melora?
My bitch.
Oh, she and I go way back. Oh,
Make fucking like smoke rings.
I fucked your sister. Patricia.
Well, okay.
Patricia.
Thank you.
So, Never mind. Sorry.
Hey May, watch this, and then I flex it.
You just start wiggling like
split in half kind of.
I hope it's just like
branch.
I'm already
kind of-
walking away.
Cyril,
You see
are
kind of
communicating with
the
it?
little bushel of leaves kind of start like shaking individually
I'm
towards the
going
top of
to
it.
I'm gonna yell to Cyril. I'm gonna be like, oh, hey there, you're
You get funky.
Your leaves
you get
are falling
jiggy
off.
With it.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Do you think,
Walk, walk,
do you
walk,
think
walk,
that
walk.
we could have tiny little birds living in that
Cyril.
tree?
I don't see why not, but
Cyril's
I
like,
had to ask it
oh my
first.
fucking god, yes.
Cyril,
Can we put
Little
the
birds.
can you
We sit the
apologize
chip
for
with
us
those
for
chips
our
in the tree.
attempted excision of the?
Oh, I forgot
Fine.
about that. Did you feel that? Did that hurt you? I am so sorry. May can sometimes have very strong hands, and
In a hardy body.
She's just got those big, meaty claws.
May's hands are quite large compared to my body, and the knife was very sharp.
How big are my hands?
Cyril's pretty tiny, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's like 5
They're
foot.
just
bro,
Cyril-
you're like
huge.
You're,
They're the yowie
you're about a
hands.
foot and a
May's
half taller
hands
than
are-
Cyril.
May's hands
Like,
are
Do
quite
you know what I'm
too
talking
messy.
about?
Yeah. I like. Did that hurt you? I am so sorry.
No, it's fine. I didn't mind the pressure.
Okay.
I love this guy's voice.
takes a forceful hand to walk the path of justice.
I love these
Wow.
little sayings that he has.
I kind of want to give him a fist bump, but I can't hear him. I'm like, hey, bro,
He's just
sit.
philosophical.
He's like, I can't move.
He's one with nature.
His hands are
Do you like talking to me, or do you? I'm gonna throw up. That's so funny.
This makes me so uncomfortable.
Wait, there's one even
Oh
better.
my god, I almost just screw up. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
that one
Ben,
did.
you'll find this so funny.
I'm gonna fucking puke. That's so nasty.
I'm gonna cry. That's so
It's like Slenderman fingers.
It's like, it's yowie hands.
I'm always talking when you want to listen.
I'm gonna puke.
I'm here to help guide you on the path to be the chosen.
Oh, so you like know things? You're not just like a plant.
Cyril assumes plants don't know things.
Cyril knows.
What a plantist.
What an herbalist.
I have more than one purpose. I'll be here to help you along your journey.
One is being your friend.
Okay, that's pretty cool. He's fine with it. She's fine with it.
They're fine with it.
It's my wing, so I guess so. And then I wave at you.
Just a little bushel.
I'm like,
Peacock like, love is love.
He's like, fuck on, man.
So throughout this conversation, Yuzar started making his way down the tunnel. May shortly following after. You find yourself back within the
Is
Commonwealth
Gundrix here?
chamber. Probably by the time their kind of conversation started, back into the chamber, Gundrix would
Then Gunrix.
come
I'm
back
still
through.
pestering him about trying to look at my egg, see if it aged.
Gundrix.
He's just walking by me
you,
Exactly.
There's a good bit of kind of time in between you guys because he had only first stepped into the chamber
Gotcha.
and you had gone through all the different kind of time
Well, then I'm chasing
warps,
him to
so
get him to.
you're making your way in, kind of briskly coming
Hustling.
through as you'll probably get a couple sentences into the Arcana lock before you would end up
Gotcha.
catching
I'm
up.
following him, by the way. I don't know.
I'd like to make sure I'm walking quickly like May was running.
God, Jameson does that little run when he like gets super into it, like arm swinging,
Oh, yeah.
big steps, like I'm gonna get it. It's so cute.
Your
See,
kid's
you go
cracking up,
faster.
Michael.
Jameson's like in love with Chase.
I love
like,
Jameson so much.
Jameson, like I'd be holding him, and when he sees Chase come into view, he's just like.
It's just the red beard.
thought.
Redbeard gang.
Do I have, like, can I, my hand function is just kind of,
Your hand functions, but there is just an immense throbbing pain still within it. You can still kind of bend and
Yeah.
move it. It's not fully disabled, but it'll take some time to like
It's character
heal
flaw.
and recover.
So I will go up to the Arcana lock and I'll say, you know what? I think I understand. I had a suspicion before I met you, but I would be very appreciative if you confirm something for me.
I can certainly try.
We've known each other for a long time now, haven't we?
There is always the possibility.
So, I'm going out on a limb here a little bit. But
I just lost an arm, but this is me going out on a limb.
yeah.
Boom!
I'm really throwing it all out to the
Before it's like, yeah, fuck you.
My dick and balls.
Dick and balls is so funny. I love that.
You like dick and balls?
Is it true that Uzaris Fiddleflops is not real?
I can certainly say that you have introduced yourself to me today as Uzaris Fiddleflops, and the man before me is very real indeed.
But that's not who I really am, is it?
Am I hearing this?
I'm Gandalf.
You guys are back at the entranceway, unless you guys have started kind of.
Upon him saying that and me talking to the professor, or I'm gonna say in a very questioning tone, Splifusa.
I'm about to say, like, May and Fugaki were the only ones that actively went up to continue. You mean
Yeah, I haven't
kind
found
of at
it
this
yet.
point.
No, I'm having a conversation with my guy.
Right. So this was they started walking off. So
I would have followed behind them, not really any intent walking, just kind of go in that direction.
So as you start kind of following leisurely, Gundrick starts kind of hustling and making his way kind of back through. So this portion of the conversation, only Fugaku and May are really there.
I'm gonna questioningly address you as Fusa.
Is it true that my name is Darzel Splifusa?
If that's what you choose to call yourself.
Is that who I? Is that who I was?
Time seems to be a fickle thing. If you believe you are Mr. Splifusa himself.
Can I insight check the lab? See if he's trying to hold back anything,
Roll
where
an
you can
insight
tell if someone's
Roll an insight check. If you are who you think you are, then what is my name? If you know me so well. And you can roll a history check to see if you can remember Lad's name.
The Mad Lad.
Do I get advantage?
You're wearing your glasses, right? Yeah.
19.
He seems like a very
he knows something.
cunning and sharp fellow, and definitely last luck.
Yes.
Okay.
Did my dice come through for you?
So he definitely seems like a very cunning and sharp individual, and you can tell that he's
coming in
choosing
clutch,
his
man.
words.
I know. He's not saying no or yes. So I can't.
It doesn't seem
I would give
like
Gundrick a kiss right
he's
now.
outright
For what?
lying.
Yeah.
For what?
But he's
Well,
definitely
first you saved me, and then
towing
also,
around some type of truth.
Oh yeah,
he's
then
not
everybody leaves me to die.
saying
God.
outright.
I told you to come on.
You threw a fireball at me.
26.
Eldritch Blast.
We can't even
26.
talk about getting
not even
fireballs.
fire.
Everything.
Thinking back.
Jeez.
Thinking back. the name that comes to you.
Hold on,
and
wait.
This.
Let me type this down. There, type this. I don't fucking
I love
forget.
it. He's just like.
Okay.
Arcana Lost Man.
Artibus.
Horrible name.
ARTIBUS.
Artibus?
Artibus.
I typed in Artibus the Arcana Sloth.
Yes! I should have reskinned it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoops.
missed opportunity.
Okay. I'll just look to Fugaku and I'll look back and I'll say, well, I wouldn't forget one of my closest friends, Artemis.
And you see a wide, almost Grinch-like grin go kind of like from jaw to jaw as he gets like a nice deep chuckle to himself. So you haven't forgotten everything?
Nope. I guess not.
Are you gonna tell me something else, please? Then from venturing off, have you found what you seek?
No, I have not.
Can you give me some guidance on where to go, please?
Yeah. Where do I go?
What did you find?
Just confusion, disillusion.
I am so way of time.
What's
this
mean? Is that right? Pretty sure I was right.
What?
Is this?
I'm so cocky right now.
You're
Can you
supposed
please-
when you create a character, but the DM decides you're a different character.
That's not you anymore.
Can you please do a plot hook for us?
So,
This whole thing with my guess.
You've been gone for quite a while. The tower has not been maintained. Well, what are you currently up to? Clearly, you have not. And he gestures kind of towards the hallway, back towards the chamber, and at this point, you guys start kind of like coming back in and joining the conversation and entering the room. And you've not found the answers to finish what you started.
I don't remember what to look for. Archibus, my mind is in pieces.
You've been on this journey for quite some time. That does not surprise me.
How long has it been?
Since the last time I've seen you? Almost a little over 150 years.
Whoa, holy shit.
What the fuck?
Fugaki's like, I wasn't. This is all.
Cyril's literally like, I was born 13 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Afarian's like, I was
a
born
victim?
18, but I'm actually now 30.
So like, I don't even know when the
Time's weird, man.
I didn't even go
I'm
in
a
that
grandpa
room.
other than yours, I'm 23.
I'm like, am I a victim right now? I kissed
I'm
that
like,
man.
Am I a victim?
You may have a claim.
Like someone.
You're entitled to
A victim.
compensation. I got it.
I just
That's
want
funny.
to
My
help
baby
her.
hurt.
I get it.
Archibus, I
Thanks.
It's you.
don't know where to go now.
Thank you.
I thought I would find answers here.
From when we last talked, if I can recall, you had exhausted all your resources here. You had set out to find the other answers and to explore into this newly found magic you now possess. You've spent years here searching your halls. I was simply granted access here to live my leisurely life to help guard this place while you were gone.
Do you have the information on how to traverse the tower without risking life and limb?
I would suggest avoiding that chamber again until you find the answers you seek.
Is Michael throwing us a phone now? He's like, I want you guys to fucking die.
Fucking leave!
doing
Leave
this
the tower!
anyway.
He's like, Zoris, you remember that?
There's plentiful resources all throughout the tower. Of course, you are more than welcome to traverse it yourself.
You have any keys?
Where was my room?
You remember me, but not your old room.
I remember the better parts of the tower.
I'm flattered.
Wink.
Wait,
You
remember all the wild times we had down here? Huh? Those pillows?
They warned me.
Wink, wink.
Long
Jack,
hours
remember when
spent
we
in the
had those
lab.
succubuses here?
Those nights was a wild night.
It was my 111st birthday.
It's simply at the top of those confounded staircase that you put in.
There's no Do I remember? Do I know what staircase he's talking about?
It's the one with those doors, right?
He's
Those
referring
5 doors
to the weird gravity kind of shifting,
We were in
upside
your
down
room.
spiral.
Yeah, when we got there was
That's
already
where
set
we
up
were
doors
in,
up there.
where we found the orb.
Yeah.
So,
That was your room.
That was. Oh yeah, that was my room.
yeah.
It's
The initials? What were the initials of the lady?
Shouldn't be taking
Of
notes.
course, was just right next to your son's room.
So,
Do you remember her name?
Are you kidding me?
Her, your wife? I know.
Oh, bitch. Say it.
It's
May says
Eden.
that.
He goes, Snookums.
yeah, it's Eden Freudenberg.
I just walk up to him and I'm just
Rick,
like,
you just said her name on live.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
6 feet. 6 feet.
Corona.
I walk up to him and I look up at him and like tears start to build in my eyes again. I say, please, I just want to know her name. I can't save her now.
Oh, bitch. Just say it. Hello?
Can you have advantage?
Can I help?
Would I be able
Please
to
have
add
advantage.
advantage,
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say,
tearing
like,
up in the background?
Please tell
Move in
him.
the room.
I'm like leaning and crying, like, please tell him.
Roll it again.
Heartless.
I'm helping him. I'm crying my eyes out.
It is not up to me to tell you your loved one's name.
You heartless.
I mean,
Let me
look,
at him.
it's a
Let me
demon,
at him.
okay?
Let me- yeah.
It's
Let me at him. Yeah.
hold me back.
I would not want to rob the discovery of that name for you.
Can you at least make
This
this
hoe don't
functional? You don't have
remember.
to fix it completely, but
Let me look
Hey,
at
duct tape.
Okay. I have electrical
I'm fine
tape
with having a
if that's
skeleton
all.
hand. I just
You guys,
just want to
has
be able
Flex,
to.
has Flex Seal in this timeline?
Yeah. Is there Flex Seal in
Can you let me know where to
Oh,
go?
shit.
You know,
Okay,
from,
wait, so
you know
now-
from
Ugh.
Cloudy with the Chins and Meatballs, his rubber shoes?
Yeah.
So
Just
it's
put that
clear
on your
you fucked with
hands.
limbo here. Because all of us like these limbo creatures, you fucked with limbo.
No, that was me.
I just that just wasn't in character.
No, we killed your pet.
We literally killed your pet.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Wait, I'm
I
gonna
can make it smell a little bit better.
I'm gonna ask the Arcana lesson.
The healing school is not my forte.
Is there anyone else here in the tower besides us and her?
It depends on what chamber you were talking about.
In my son's room?
I have not seen him for many years. He got tired of you being away and went off on his own some time ago.
And that man was a fairy.
I am not sure how long ago it was. You could check around his room.
These creatures
You find his play
that we have found,
magazines.
they seem to originate from limbo.
His play
Which
dragon
ones are you
magazines.
talking about?
I don't know that. Do I know it's a? I think he told me. It's
You
a
refer
slide.
to the slod.
Ha! Yes. What of that?
Was it doing of this experiment?
Oh,
Or
I'll
you?
pull out the control gem.
Ah. It seems you're
With a Russian cherry flavor. Cool.
been taken care of one.
Does this interest you?
I can get him.
No, we knew there were more.
No, I just tossed him.
Yeah. He told
Catches
us
like
that
with
they
the
were
mage
like,
hand in front of
the
him
others
and
won't be happy.
Yeah.
levitates over to one of the
Like,
desks
slide.
nearby.
I'll start teaching him about freeform
No,
jazz.
Yeah.
It was
We didn't know there
simple
were
experiment that I would like to try with trying to cross species for my own amusement. No one must pass the time somehow.
Quite lustful.
Can you tell me one more thing before we leave? Even though I have 1,000 questions, but how did we meet?
A dating app.
On Tinder.
It was Grindr.
I swiped left and you showed up at my house.
Swipe
But it was butt sex. That's all you have to say.
Yeah,
You're
ever
like, it
been
was
on
butt sex.
Tinder?
No, he swiped left because he
I'll
didn't.
spare you some of the details, but
I'm out.
we managed to cross paths, and you were I'm sure you had seen better days and had more tales to tell, and were looking for some aid in your venture from higher powers. The deal and situation I was offered seemed I could not resist, so I took you up on it. Having access to this place and all the knowledge and pretty much free reign with you gone was quite comforting.
Well, I guess we'd best let you get back to it then.
It seems that I will have to make another venture out to acquire another specimen for continued experimentation.
I'd like to take my egg and just bring it close to my body.
Do you have something precious there?
No.
Roll a deception check.
Dude, it's like
No!
It's like someone eating a chicken wing. Do you have a chicken wing there? I'm like, no.
Does that count as
Nah,
cock?
son.
That's pretty cocked.
Like the thing is just straight up.
Is that an egg in your hand? No,
It'd be
this?
a 26.
Oh, this.
It seems no use to me. Keep your trinket.
While they're all like talking over here, I want to be like, just kind of like standing over near like that pile of pillows, and I'm gonna try to sleight of hand one of these pillows and take it with me out of the room.
God.
Okay.
Because I really
Roll.
want one of those pillows, but I know he's not gonna let me take one.
Roll a sleight of hand.
While he's doing that, can I check on my egg?
He's gonna get real pissed. He'd be like,
Get a pillow back!
I don't know if this could just. Hopefully,
Advantage
I'll
is
make you
fine.
be like the steps, by the way. I'm out of here.
Oh
You
no.
start just
Yeah, after
walking
that,
upstairs.
I got a 10.
A 10. You start kind of that like, just sidestep shuffle, like waiting for a second as they seem deep in conversation.
You
Take
grab
another
it,
step.
you touch it.
You start kind of like reaching your hand down, and you have like that visage of those two like glowing.
I want to just as soon as I
eyes.
have one drop it, oh, jeez, get away from me! I'll kick it, man. These things, man, and I'm just lean up against the wall, like, man, the wind.
Very tricky, my friend. Not much can get past me within these halls.
I guess you're right. Dangers! I'm gonna say dangers. I'm gonna kick my leg. Dangers.
I'm gonna walk up.
I got a 10.
Walk up to him and hold my hand out, my non-crippled hand to shake his hand.
He extends his furry fox
Now
hand.
you know what it's like.
You don't know how it feels.
And shakes.
You know, I appreciate what you've done for us.
And he kind of past the center, kind of like pocket on his in his robes there, and as long as there is always information to gain, I can be of assistance.
All right. And then I'll turn to, I guess, go walk upstairs and say, we should leave. As I'll turn to go towards the stairs, and I'll turn back and look at everybody. We should probably leave here.
I give the fox.
Gondrix has already started kind of like walking past you, heading up the
Gondrix, I can
stairs.
look at your egg in a bit. Maybe we should rest first.
Okay. Okay. I give the fox a bow.
He just like kind of head nod, starts kind of turning from the group, heading back to his lounge of pillows.
I want to look.
Pen.
I want to like be on the opposite side of the room, looking
So
at
it's
him
still
laying
there.
on the pillows
Still there.
lustfully,
Oh,
like.
wow.
Like I wish I had one.
Seeing that, I'll buy you a pillow, Fari. One nicer than this one.
And I just want to say, goody.
How warm is it feeling?
I look one.
I wanna.
It's like, wow, Fugaku offering to buy a Fari something. Now that's character development.
Yeah, I'll walk up the stairs.
You guys all start kind of begin to follow Muzaris,
The exhaustion hits. I'm leper again.
heading up the stairs. Where are you headed?
I'm just gonna go to the library.
I want to
Your way
be.
back through.
I want to be skipping up the steps, going.
In all your kind of various
Like a
states
child.
of either trauma or excitement, make your way up the steps through that first hallway.
Ooh,
and
I'm gonna get to the top. Like,
That's funny.
oh,
Guys, I totally forgot. Can we please look at the game room before we leave? Please.
You already looked at
Please,
the
I want to roll persuasion. Please.
You already
Please.
looked at
Pretty, please. I want to look at you. Please. Oh, dear God. I would really love it.
Do I
Please
remember
look
what
at
that
this
room was
While
now?
we rest, my friend, you can look at the
Roll a history check for me.
At 20.
Yeah. It is very Harry Potter-esque of like live chess, where whether it was company or friends at some point,
doesn't have friends.
other members,
He doesn't
where
remember his
two people and however many people wanted to pretty much interchange,
I have a demon
take the
lord.
place of pieces, could
No.
play a form of human chess.
Have you ever heard of the game chess, Bobby? You know what that game is?
Yeah, I think my mom tried to teach me that once, but I kept putting the horse in my mouth.
In the library.
Well, that's what that game is.
I'm like gonna fall.
But bigger.
First walk.
Oh. So I couldn't fit the horse in my mouth?
I mean, you could try.
I've fist a pretty.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Why did you have to like launch your head?
I'm
Who did
sorry,
you want me to
I
show
was
this to?
laughing.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
I like
decided I
Leo.
wanted to hurt
I
you,
like
that's
Leo.
why.
Leo's my favorite backup.
So you talk about the game room, make your way through the rest of the hall, into that kind of central library-esque chamber.
I say we just rest here for the night.
That's probably a good idea.
Keeping in mind, from awakening your rest and descending down, it's probably only been about 3 hours or so.
That was a long fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
Fugaki right now, face first on the ground, sleeping.
Or doing that, I'd like.
Where are we?
Zaris?
Oh yeah, we at the top of the steps still.
Before
we're in the
you guys
library.
are back like in the library, with the little
Okay,
tea
so we walk
table
past,
and
okay.
the 4 doors that
Yeah.
some lead to fun places, other ones.
Yes, other ones do not.
Leave
should
the
I
dead
change my
salmon
character
corpses.
name? D&D Beyond.
Hey, everyone's still gonna call you Zaris, I think. No. Fugaki's just
No,
calling
I will-
Splitfoos.
I just
I
need to
will
figure
I'll
out.
call him Splazaurus.
I'll be calling him
Splazoofa.
Zarzel.
Splazoofa.
Yeah. Can I look at? I'm gonna look at the egg, and just see.
Gundrix's egg?
Yeah, he handed it to me,
Okay.
and
Yep.
just see if, after he'd been standing in there, if there's any noticeable differences now.
Six, if you remember, he's the one that identified, yeah, it should hatch 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
give or
I'll
take.
also cast identify, ritual identify
Okay.
and stuff.
So roll an investigation check for me.
And the whole time I'm throwing this out there, you remember how Gundrix was in the thing? It's back to that, just back to that.
14.
14. Looking over it, you can still see in some of the kind of like the faint kind of lava-esque glows there. There still seems to be life within your egg, which is a good thing. The embryo of sorts of this creature does appear to be a little bit larger, but you're having a hard time, especially just with not necessarily the lack of knowledge and power, but just still kind of overcoming everything that just transpired and all these other kind of thoughts and emotions and memories kind of coming and breaking in fractures and going. You can't really put a, hey, this increased it by a week, by 2 days, 3 days. It's still alive.
It's all that matters. That's
Yeah,
what I
I'll
wanted
say,
to check.
I'll like offer back to him and say, well, you didn't kill it.
Ah, yes.
He might come out a little bit slower than.
Well, you only
Yeah.
matured the body and
Yeah.
not the brain. Sorry,
That's
it's
okay.
gonna be retarded.
I'll still be my little buddy.
He might be the runt of the litter. Alright, I'm like finding a place to crash. 'Cause-
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I literally have no spell. I don't think I have any spell slots left.
Or abilities?
Or abilities. I have one first level spell slot left.
There you go. Yeah,
And,
keep
well,
going.
technically my scrying orb.
Oh, okay.
But that's it.
No, I'm
So-
gonna go look around the tower some more.
About to say, you straight up wanted to face plant and crash. You're finding a spot and crashing. May, May?
Comatose.
Your hands are just kind of throbbing still.
Oh, could I mend her armor really quick before I...
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
Gundrix.
walk over.
A lot
Yeah.
of them look tired, but
So you
you know,
spend a few
I'm not really
minutes
feeling
getting the
good
section
about it
over
and
and
Neither am I.
Thank you.
Where do you want to
the rest of the
go?
way.
I don't know. I'll follow you.
That is dangerous, young man.
I know.
Sarah?
That's why I said.
That is so dangerous.
You guys find yourself
I was
back
like, I
in
want the more chaotic of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
kind of
try
main
and,
central chamber.
I'm gonna try and heal people that took damage.
Okay, so you go through and start
Alright.
spending time healing up. Anybody kind of
That was how that whole encounter
before
went.
they kind of try to rest and bed down.
So close, but
We're
yet so
rolling
far.
Do we go after the egg in the room?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just.
Okay.
So what do we do?
like,
I literally
both
sit
in
down,
this.
have the
both
tea float
in
over
the-
to me, drink like after I amended
Yep.
that,
Yeah.
and I just kind of like
Say Sarah comes
Pull
over
my
to
hat
you
down.
two and starts kind of spending
Kinda
some
hell out
time
there for you
expending
guys.
their spells there
Been
before your
emotionally
rest.
physically,
Oh, yes,
like,
that's a no.
just
Some of
Should we
the
go up the-
tingling and the
still go
throbbing
exploring?
sensation
Maybe
starts
so.
to go
Alright.
away. You don't get like the
It's
instant
It's spoken.
skin and muscle back, so it's still
I kinda like
visually.
having
It doesn't get
skeleton
more
hands.
chaotic than the dice roll.
Yep. We let
Yeah.
the dice decide here.
Exactly.
I wear the infinity gauntlet over my.
There you go. So what are you two working on as everybody else is either healing, treating, or trying to rest?
The dice has decided we will not go for the egg, but instead we will go towards the rooms that were locked earlier and go explore up there. Try and go to a room that we haven't been in yet.
You're gonna break down a door.
Okay.
Try and pick the lock. I mean,
So you make your way upstairs, through
I
the
think-
same spiraling staircase, doing the nice little jump. You've traversed it a couple times now. You find yourself at those 5 doors. You know of the central one that leads into the levered room and the bedroom at the far end. There is the door to the right of it that you had previously once been in with Euzaris, with that enamel, almost porcelain-like box on the central pedestal and a door on the opposite side of that hallway, which has not been attempted or opened. The second, so from middle to the left door, you guys had not really peered into yet, but it was unlocked. You know that. Something about observation deck or balcony.
don't care about that.
And then the first and the 5th door were locked.
So I'll say to Gundrix, I think I remember from being up here before there was that room with the box. I think there was a door on the other side, and I kind of looked and I'm like, yeah, there it is. You want to look at that one?
Sure, why not? Let's go!
All right.
So you guys enter through that kind of little hallway chamber there, passing that enamel box there on the pedestal, correct? Okay. So you go through and you try to open that far door and turn the knob. Not locked.
Nice.
It opens up.
Is it a push or a pull?
It is a push.
I needed to know. Thank you. I need to know which way the wind's going when
Indeed.
does my hair flip? Or, oh, look, there's even a... Oh, this must be a good room. There's a map to it. Shit.
Yes!
You guys find yourself entering in this smaller bedroom chamber than the one you previously in. And both of you make a perception check for me.
Can I use George to assist me? Or John to assist me?
I won't assist you, because I'm just kidding.
sad.
I said, do you want to just roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Here, go ahead. I think you have a higher perception than me anyway.
Do I use John's or do I use mine?
It depends on what you're doing.
I'll go into John's eyes and look around.
Okay. Then use John's.
Alright. 20, not nat.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
John kind of, you focusing in on John and him kind of peering through the room.
Oh, I forgot to say with an O and a W this time.
Oh,
That makes a difference.
Got it. Perfect. So
Down.
you find yourself coming through the door, and it definitely is a much smaller and more simplistic room. Off in the corner, you can definitely see this kind of broken rubble of what looked to be possibly a writing desk of some sort that has seemed to be kind of flipped with glass and bottles kind of broke, scattered notes and paper kind of about, and kind of scanning through with John and coming back. This definitely looked to be much more of like a child's room at some point. Early, I mean, getting to be still kid playing. You can see some of the toys kind of, no tractors, but very
They weren't invented
finely
yet.
crafted.
I did that.
Fire
little
truck.
wooden horses and little toy knights throughout the room. A very simple, smaller bed, you can kind of get from the toys around that this room stopped changing probably around the kid being somewhere between like 8 and early teens. But looking over to the left in this kind of writing area, still just kind of peering in, it looks like it was a much more aged and used and sophisticated area. As if with your 20 not net, right? Mm-hmm. That this portion inside of the room kept being used over some period of time, whereas the rest of it still has a good amount of dust and less travel through it, as if it was just kind of tossed to the side to either be ignored or preserved.
I'm gonna go check out what's destroyed and broken over there. I want to see what's going on. Okay. See if there's anything that would pique my interest, any notes that stand out, anything like that.
Gundrix kind of storms over and everything and starts kind of sifting through some stuff. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
I want to make my way over to like the piano there, and I kind of want to like sit on the stool, and I want to look and see if there's like sheet music and like what it looks like on like the stand.
You're gonna play it on the piano.
There doesn't seem like there's any sheet music up or anything. And you kind of mess with the keys a little bit. It sounds very awful and out of tune, like it's been sitting for quite some time. Even just sitting on the bench there, just.
You got an 11.
11.
Not great, but not terrible. But I'm just curious to see what pages are there mostly. 'Cause I want to see what this guy. I'm guessing it's his summer's research. Just guessing. If I find anything cool, I'll take it.
So digging through, you find through kind of one of the tossed interior drawers of this kind of rub and broken desk. It definitely from kind of piecing some stuff through together. Most of the writing and the paperwork here is either terribly, terribly scrawled out, or there's even portions of it that are kind of scrunched in a pile that are burned and singed. Somebody trying to cover up or erase or get rid of portions of whatever was here and being worked on. You do come across 3 things that kind of stand out to you and pique your interest. There is a small little intact potion vial with two or three other similar vials that seem to be open and spilled or broke amongst the kind of rubble, but one seems to be fully intact. It has like a dark amber, almost green tinted liquid with something kind of resting in the bottom of it.
Tequila.
There's
just
it's a worm.
Yeah, it's a little worm.
There is.
It's like all like dried.
Watch, here's where I get attacked by another mimic. Part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Gundrix like, I can't go
part
anywhere.
Why me?
A good point.
I can't trust anything.
You find scrawled up piece of paper there, and then amongst part of the broken chair there is a large copper or brass, almost tinged to like a deep green, looks like about this big door knocker in the shape of an octopus that seems to just be resting there on the ground.
I'm gonna try and pull up on it. Does it actually?
It comes free, and you're holding the knocker in your hand.
I'm gonna look around. Is there any I'm gonna try and look for any hidden doors.
Okay, so start investigating the room. Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
As he's looking over there, I'm still over by the piano. I'm gonna look over my shoulder and be like, "Hey, you know, Gundrix, they make these out of ivory."
And you're ding, 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 ding.
That distracted me because I just got a 6.
Okay. So yeah, as you start kind of shifting through and the far end calls out, you just kind of like, what? And you're still kind of sifting through some stuff, but you don't seem to really find anything else of interest.
I want to see what's at the bottom of that potion vial, because why not?
Okay.
We'll take it.
You look at it, and it looks to be I mean, about like a inch or so long larva of some sort. Larva or worm.
Uh-oh.
Can I make
Be
my
careful.
way over to the
Be
other
careful.
corner where the stuff's more like intact and kind of investigate over there?
Does it match what's on the paper, Michael? Does it look similar?
There's elements of it that look similar, but it's just this cylindrical kind of slug larva. It doesn't have any of these legs or pincers or anything like.
Well, back on the
That
thing
there.
it goes. Are there any books that are still intact anywhere?
You're gonna like conjure or something.
Alright. You making your way over
Looks
to
like
the
a-
more intact
like
stuff?
an aboleth.
Yeah, like in that right
Oh,
corner. I'm just
that's-
trying to see like
I
what
know.
kind of stuff is over there because I didn't really go to that
Not
side
exactly,
of the room yet.
but it looks
Roll an investigation check for me.
You'll see it when I come back down.
That's gonna be an 11.
Mainly going through this, it looks to be some sort of just collection of finely carved wooden toys that are kind of set in just a particular manner of a few knights, some farmers, like a little house, some horses and other various animals. Seems to just be kind of a well-kept, like, child's favorite toys, if you will. But nothing else really stands or comes out to you.
Alright, after that I'm gonna make my way over kind of like the bed area, the side where like it looks like there's kind of like a little nightstand or something on that
There's
side.
a nice little kind of end table
There's a
there.
pillow there.
Doesn't really seem to be, I mean, anything on it.
This is his dead son's pillow. Take his dead son's pillow. The skull there.
I just kind of want to investigate around in that area, particularly like looking like around the rug and stuff, see if there's any like hidden hatches or anything.
Roll an investigation check.
19.
There's a big hatch. There's no
It's actually there's been one in the middle of the
half-elves.
room. There's been a hole in the middle of the room.
Yeah, we're just too stupid to see it. I mean, neither of us are very smart. What? I have an 10 or 11.
An intelligence.
I have an 11.
I have an 8.
Charisma gang.
I have
We
a.
get by with our looks.
Eden, shut up. All your stats are broken.
Come on, I have an 18 charisma. I'm
There
just not
is-
personally charismatic.
One of the floor
Neither am I.
boards.
I gotcha.
You kind of shift the rug, and you don't notice it at first, but like as you step away, there's an odd creak kind of right there, and you can kind of jimmy and shift it up, and you find a singular rolled up scroll within the floorboards that seems like it was trying to be
It's this man's rolling paper.
This man or this child?
This
This man. You see what he's got. This man.
I'm gonna walk over. Pretzel!
Huh?
I found something!
Well, that's good, because I found something too. You want to show each other what we found?
Yeah!
Hey, look!
Did you want to kiss, man? You wanna...
There's a bed in here.
Hey, this is pretty scary looking. I don't know.
So
if
is
I-
this!
Wait, let me take again.
Can you read anything on this?
Oh,
Can I read anything on this?
Can I read
don't think
anything
can
on
read
either of
anything.
No.
What are your
Bruh.
languages?
Infernal and common.
What are your languages?
Wow.
I have abyssal, common, and
Oh my god,
elvish.
you might be able to with Abyssal.
That was just a random one that was on there from when I first made the character. I was like, I don't even know what languages
Looks
are.
like gibberish.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Hold up, let me try something.
I think
Oh my
Uzaris
God,
will
we
be
need
able to
to
read
read
this.
here.
I'll wait for Uzaris. And I'm gonna.
You're not gonna go back to Uzaris, you're just gonna wait for him?
Yep.
So Parker,
Just
it
go
looks-
NPC mode.
Yep. Just.
Oh,
Somebody comes up to me. I'm waiting for Uzaris to return.
It looks less.
Do you
don't
have,
you have
um,
the glove that you can read? And
No, I sold
Comprehend
that.
languages?
Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh well.
You can't cast tongues?
I can, but it's not for reading.
Tongue spoken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duh.
That's what I just checked.
Just letting you know, Parker. It looks a lot less like an aboleth and more like a
Yeah, I saw it.
kraken of sorts. Some may
Go
say.
turn it around.
Hey.
Does this look arcane at all? Like arcane, like the glyphs and such? Would I understand any of the little glyphs?
Oh,
Roll an
that's
Arcana
just
check.
Cthulhu.
I was gonna say like. Creature, man.
A 9?
With the arcane gifts and knowledge that have been bestowed upon you, have no idea what this is.
This is fucked.
Do you want to take this stuff down to use ours? You want to keep looking around for a minute?
Let's keep looking around for a minute.
I'm with you
Just
there.
ransacking.
Exactly, that's what we're doing.
We take these, we toss them, we're like, let's look for more stuff.
Throw them on the backpack.
Hey, do you want to hold on to both of these so I don't lose
Sure.
it? Alright, Gundrix has
Stick them on the
both.
backpack.
Because Gundrix usually doesn't lose stuff. Usually.
Possibly
I do.
The only thing
Lost
I've
a
ever
big
lost
egg.
is my crystal.
And a lockpick.
And he nearly
That was
cost
a
me.
great sleight of hand roll for that. You can thank Ro for that.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys begin to make your way out of
Stupid ass row.
the room.
Fucking hate row.
I just, before we go out, I just want to, you know, double check the other side of the bed, because I was on the one side of the bed, but I just want to, you know, just kind of, you know, glance and make sure nothing's out of the ordinary.
No, I
and
know what
then-
happened to that
You
crystal
double check
thing.
all that.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be any other secret
just sold it.
slots or panels.
Yeah.
And then I just want to look and see in that other corner where, like, the two chairs and the table are,
Okay.
just to see if there's anything else over there before I leave.
Really?
Roll an investigation check for me.
Oh yeah, it's rolling 2.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
16.
I think that's funny.
Looking over at the little table set, there seems to be just the remnants
for some reason.
of
Like go back to Jason for no reason.
No reason.
He just likes
half-broken
it.
tea set, if you will, that looks cracked. But kind of sifting through and kind of looking behind, you do find another potion of sorts.
Mm.
It's a little bit larger than the potion you had, more of a meaty, like, flask size. It's like a dark turquoise color that has this, like, blue crystal stopper at the top and has this dark gray tentacle kind of coiling up around it to where then it wraps up into kind of a loop for a handle.
Hey, Gundrix, look at this! And I'm gonna kind of Vanna White it.
I found something like that too,
Like-
and I'll pull up mine and I'll kind of vandalize it.
If
So
it's
we're
like-
just kind of doing a little
If
dance
it's
back
like
and
a
forth.
flask, you just empty the contents.
I'll be like, mine has a little worm at the bottom.
A what?
A worm!
Oh.
Oh yeah!
Jeez. Alright, so,
I'd like to
Oh,
ransack
yeah.
his dressers and drawers, see if there's anything in there.
my goodness.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Oh god.
How chaotic are you doing it?
6.
6. You start kind of
I've rolled
pulling
ass this
drawers
entire
and
time.
pulling stuff, and you don't see anything of value flipping through these little drawers and dressers. You do see, though, I mean, before you flip through them, some moderately fine clothing that seems to be of an early teens boy child
Here's a
that are
crop
neatly
top
folded
for
and
you.
put away that seem to be just tucked away and either forgotten about or chosen to ignore.
I'm gonna throw everything back in. I won't fold it, I'll just kind of.
You just throw it all together and kind of shut it as like you've got like
Before I do
pants
that,
and shirts.
I'd like to check for the bottom of the dresser for any.
Roll an investigation check.
With my knowledge of, like, music and instruments and stuff, would I know, like, how a piano is constructed?
I rolled higher than a 10. Dang!
So, I want to go into, like, the top of the
10.
piano, because I've already played, I know it's, like,
13.
drunk and out of tune,
You
and I
roll
want
higher
to try to
than
cut
I got higher than
some
that.
length of, like, the wire inside, just to have it.
This is the highest I've rolled in
Um,
investigation yet.
We'll say you get 6 feet of piano wire.
Cool.
What wire?
13 piano wire.
Trust me, we're ransacking this room, man.
You said piano,
You-
strangely.
You do not find
I'm just gonna
any
choke somebody
hidden
out with piano wire.
compartments or any hidden
That would hurt
spots
so much.
within any of these drawers within the
I would kill
dressers.
someone.
Well, I'm happy that.
It's my-
Pretzel!
You can
Oh,
throw wood
I was like
with that.
fantasizing with the thing over here.
Pretzel!
Yeah.
Wanna go check out another room?
Well, sure.
Alright, we're gonna go.
He's like, oh shucks.
You
not
guys
really.
left
I
the
took-
game too.
I took, you know, flask. You have the paper,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
I
just
just-
have the potion.
You guys literally let the two most chaotic people go off on their
We
own.
didn't let you do anything.
We just did it.
Woo!
What room are you going to?
Where to now? I chose this one. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Let's try going in
Don't
one of the locked rooms.
You guys begin
I
walking
like
out.
your moxie.
Start
kid.
passing that kind of porcelain enamel box sitting on that pedestal.
Don't give a shit about that thing.
Yeah.
I saw what
Start
happened
walking.
last time. I'm done with it.
You make your way up into the landing with the 5 familiar doors.
I'm gonna try and get into one of the doors that are locked. Wait, any of the doors? Do they look like my knocker would fit on any of them?
There doesn't seem to be a place for a knocker.
Alright,
Knocker
knocker
would, though.
goes back on the thing.
I'd like to go and try to pick the door to the left locked door.
So it would be
The
if
first
you're
one?
walking up number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your rolls, sir.
Uzars is rolling right now in his sleep. He's so unwieldy for some reason.
Try my proficiency since
No.
I'm proficient with
No.
tools.
I know.
Not the piano wire.
Things
think
are
so, yeah.
happening.
Alright. The sleight of hand?
Yep.
Alright. Oops. It'd be a 16.
16. You start picking away at it, and you hear.
Oh, you should have rolled the thingy. The spinner.
Oh yeah.
Ah, I didn't even think
That's
of
so
that.
fun.
My bad.
Oh, you're good.
I forgot all about
Start
that.
picking away, and you hear it, and you feel the door handle.
Wrestle, I've done it.
Oh.
Let's do this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna open that bad boy and stick my hand. Or no. No. I'll open that bad boy and stick George in. Or John in.
Just squash.
He was like squeezing him. His eyes are popping out of his head. Like, what do you see?
Feathers like
What do
flying
you see,
everywhere.
John?
You see.
Oh shit. We getting into cool shit.
I know, like, we're just.
What?
Yeah, we're
running,
just
like,
now getting
full
into the
fun.
cool shit.
What
These are the regular rooms. They're the
resembles
cool ones.
a medic's room or infirmary of sorts.
I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna be like,
that was like, I
let's
think
search.
Splafusa, the professor Orbit, told us like, yeah, the infirmary's just right there, and we were like, the door's locked. He was like, that's tough, bro.
Well, I
Don't
know you
what to
unlock
do.
it.
Find the key.
I was gonna say, we definitely wanted this a lot more before Sayrul's thing looked like a tree. But there might be some helpful stuff in here.
Let's search.
Alright.
We're gonna start searching away.
Well,
Both
let's
of you
see.
roll investigation checks real quick.
Farian's still a little tipsy.
I know,
Drank a lot
we're
of
both-
whiskey.
It's been so long!
You drank a lot of whiskey.
I got a
Was
nat
it whiskey?
1.
I don't remember.
It's Fireball, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
You don't see the zombie
Oh.
standing up from the
Yes.
infirmary bed.
I had a 6.
Both of you perusing and doing a full coverage of this whole room. It looks almost like this room's been tossed for any type of medical applications, devices, or health potions. Pretty much the only things left in here are the bare old furniture that you see about.
Yeah, I think this room's trash, man.
I'm gonna pull the rug, see if there's anything under the rug.
Okay.
Do you do it like dramatically, like,
you don't see
Fellas,
anything.
do you see that little
all the
chest?
dust just.
Yeah, I want to check out the chest. Is it locked?
You, went through everything. You lift
Oh,
open the
yeah.
kind of
Oh,
chest,
okay.
and there, you don't see anything.
Alright, let's go show the guys what we found.
There's one more room. You want to check that one out?
He puts on his gem of seeing to try and see it.
You
actually.
bet.
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna try and pick the last door.
Okay, pick the last door.
Go to the last door. Go in. I'm doing this in the game.
I'm trying to decide whether to let you try and pick this.
Use the spinny thing.
I'm not
The top
proficient with, like,
picker?
thieves' tools.
I only
Yeah,
have a
but
plus
only
3.
one
It's
go?
literally just your dex.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try and use the spinning thing. Full send. That'll be
Here
cool.
we go.
Let's do this. We're gonna have all kinds of shit
Remember
to
how
show
to
you
use
guys
it?
when we get back.
You'll be like, where'd you get it? We're gonna be like, I don't know.
We're gonna be a
Hold the base.
Here we go.
Nat 20.
Oh!
I told you.
You go to the fifth door and swiftly and quickly just.
It wasn't even locked this whole time, actually.
And
Yeah, you just walk up to like.
this one you pull open, and you're met with this black void veil,
Don't do
similar to some of the ones you have seen.
I
before.
think we should show them what we got before we lose it in there.
I agree. That seems
Let's
like
go.
a good
All
idea.
right, and we're gonna.
And
gonna
like,
go.
he does another comical trip and
Shut the door behind you,
Oops.
making sure nobody else falls
Yes,
in.
yes.
No,
And
this time I'm
you
going down.
begin to descend down the stairs and the
Yes.
staircase
Yeah.
back to the rest of your party.
Yep. Cool.
We're gonna come back
Why
down.
is
and be
there
like,
anymore?
11.
Is it really? Oh, I'll be damned.
Time
Do
flies.
you guys want to stop here, reconvened back in the library, getting ready to show off your goodies?
But it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't care either
Okay,
way.
I'm good.
I'm blazing onward.
So I'm good. So it's up
I
to
drink
you.
coffee and everything. I don't know.
Now you just need to poop.
I actually don't need a poop. Which is weird because I usually need a poop after in college.
Well, I definitely don't want to push on. You're feeling pretty tired and worn out and everything, because I want it to still be enjoyable and fun for everybody. So,
Word.
we'll go on here.
Combo.
Plan on next week. You're still good? You schedule stuff, right?
Right.
Hopefully I won't have company over and we won't be making cookies and stuff too late. And
Have you
Should we
tried
start at
it?
6 this time, Michael?
I have.
Is it not
we'll
good?
try to start at 6. Maybe we'll tell
Is it
everybody
the
to get here at
Lotus
5
Pass?
next week.
Just tell us 3:30.
We're like 3 hours early this time.
How about we try this?
Super
How about we try the snow
And what?
skin?
Wow.
Which